Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls the Fourth, and when I am done here, no academic throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
Just an honest man trying to raise his own family.
Put that thing away.
Stop.
Put that thing back where it came from, or
so
so help me.
Victory in the face of one of what might be the most dangerous foes you've faced so far. A strange creature, to be certain. One, if native to this world, maybe it shouldn't be.
Remind me to talk about this thing on the pre-show.
This horrible creature you faced twice. The first, you had left with a pair of you infested by its strange, parasitic, egg-like creatures. This thing seeming to be less of one monster and more of a walking colony. The second, finally, you were able to bring it down. But not without consequence. As the Sullen Starling continues on its voyage down the river, towards the city of Cassomir, towards Lowell's meeting with his alchemist, Mun, one of you has been dealing with a pretty severe state of this infestation, but thanks to the rather sudden appearance of a strange new fellow here on the ship, you're doing a little better. Another has only recently been exposed. As in that last battle with the Iskalug, Trey was caught off guard by this horrible spray.
Oh, you punched me.
Oh, he did just straight up slap you. That's right. You just got backhanded with eggs. That's even worse.
Because I
It's the
positioned
same-
immediately to avoid
You're like,
getting sprayed.
ooh, no.
It's the same thing that happened to me. It's how you get the frontliners. You just
Yep.
slap them
You
with
just
it.
slap him.
Because you're not going to hit me
It
with
comes
the
on the
spray.
slap and it comes on the hose. You!
Yeah.
That's true. It was Reginald, actually, who got hosed, but managed to fend it off. Perhaps the fact that he has near complete control over his body
Fox like
makes it
reflexes.
kind of hard for these little parasites to really burrow into you.
A little bit in the fur, but you just pick them out.
I avoided the take two
I'm
after
proud of
trying
you.
to hide behind Reginald.
But
I'm proud of you.
as the morning wears on, it's not long after this battle, and almost immediately as you begin to tend to your wounds, that you realize the threat of these small, burrowing orange orbs is present now across Trey as well. And Trey, why don't you make me a fortitude save?
I can do that.
Scott's been a fan since Extinction Curse.
I'm going to reroll that natural one.
Ooh, I would very highly recommend
You see
you
what
do that.
happens.
Not again!
That's probably one of the best ways you could use it.
32.
Alrighty.
And if it's a success, it's a critical success.
fitting, honestly, for the kind of abilities you have recently started to display. You have something that might actually be extremely effective against these
Steaming
small
blood.
little parasites. As while tending to his wounds, you would see this effect you've seen before, where he almost literally looks like he starts to boil and sweat steam rolling out of his wounds as his skin physically pushes out, forcing these little creatures out of his flesh.
I don't know if that's better or worse than the description of them burrowing into my skin.
Well,
I think it's better.
Better for me,
certainly
visually.
means they're not in you anymore.
Yeah, but visually that sounds
I mean,
terrifying.
You probably can see them moving under the surface of my skin.
I'm sure it doesn't feel good.
Oh, no.
Sure, it doesn't sound good either.
It feels better than being a surrogate mother.
It's quite normal for me, actually.
Now, MD, you still have these wounds, these injuries where they embedded into you some, well, a day ago, more or less. It wasn't long. Magic and medicine both have attempted to address these and have gotten most of the strange orange flesh out of the holes. But the problem is these little spines that have been stuck into you. You can tell by this point, I think Kami even figured this one out. Reginald certainly could be sure. Those are the actual organism. The little spines in these orbs are the creature. They are the heart of the thing. And though you feel certainly much better than you did before the timely appearance of our fox-withered friend, you definitely still feel pretty bad. Fatigued and sickened too is a hell of a drug. And not only would the veins around the sites where these things had burrowed into you really start to be blackening and swelling up out of your skin, your eyes would be so glassy that you feel your vision literally blurred. An orange tinge starting to creep in around the edges of your mouth and the edges of your eyes. It does not look great.
I have a lot of colors going on.
Is
very
this
colorful.
normal for him to...
I was dark green, and now I'm a little bit lighter green, and now I'm turning orange.
We're going to go through the entire spectrum today. It's
Now, I
Hey,
believe
it's
I'd be able
Texas.
to help you again the next day.
your check that you made more or less represents you spending almost the whole of this day treating him to ensure that his condition improves. It is an 8-hour check. So this, well, we gave you the results up front because you just appeared and, you know, it kind of fit thematically, rule of cool and whatnot. But that is you tending to him all day long, continuously making sure you're treating symptoms, trying to prevent it from spreading, and stop these small things from taking any further hold of their host. But yes, if you continue to treat him, you would be able to roll again to give him your aid tomorrow.
And in between these breaks of everyone treating him, like, all right, give him a little bit of rest. I come out. Do I also notice Trey, is he also getting more infected?
You would be able to tell after just treating him in the aftermath of the fight that he seems like, much like you, he forced out these parasites. His body projected them pretty thoroughly. He seems like he's not really in any danger of being infested.
All right. After I leave him, and I'm like, my arms are all like, you know, I got my sleeves up and everything, and I'm kind of just like, you guys have seen me just kind of go in and out of the room helping him, and just in between a break, just like, okay, well, oh, you've dealt with that. Well,
handily enough. It's probably best we focus on getting him cured, though.
yes.
Cammy, where are you hiding?
From the void.
No ritual tonight, not till MD's better.
Yeah, well, that's good. Are you done with him for now?
Honestly, I gotta constantly be checking his vitals, making sure that he is at least progressing. if not at least staying the same and not getting worse.
Okay. Thank you.
Might be a couple days.
I'd like to go in and just sort of be with MD.
As you, after maybe an hour of this morning, you had had little more opportunity than to awake and ready yourselves with your daily normal morning routines before Reginald and then this Iskalug both appeared in very short sequence.
Just a typical Monday on Galarian.
Reese hanging around would also kind of see the state of MD and everything, and having been present to fight off the infected wildlife that had come with it, has now seen firsthand what this thing can do. She'd look around the cabin at some point while Cammy and Reginald are here with MD. And then she would just kind of tap Cammy on the shoulder and just motion towards the door out to the deck and bid you to follow her.
Okay. I will follow.
She heads over to one of the ship's railings, just kind of leaning out over the water, looking ahead where the ship is going and sort of listless. What do you make of all this? I mean, whatever happened with Easy, Martin, whatever I should call him now, immediately afterward, this fox man thing showing up, and right in his wake, this infested creature, the groupie you had seen back in Riverton. There's coincidence, and there's connection. I see what he's doing for MD. But this is so much all at once.
It feels, sort of...
Is that protest?
How dare
It feels sort of, I don't know. I mean, to feel this jaded just about pretty much everything, after only a month of remembering anything, makes me feel just sort of stupid, but I'm not comfortable. But I can't stand the idea of losing somebody else. Not like we...
No, I understand. Truth be told, you notice I'm only speaking with you, because without Martin now, you seem like the only one here with a lick of sense.
I appreciate that. I don't know if that's fair, but I appreciate it. I don't know. It sort of makes you start to think if we should really keep doing this, because if
Well, we
people
have
are...
to now.
Yeah.
What other way are we going to have to bring Martin back? If we had a choice before, and maybe we did and I should have taken it, certainly now we're set in our course. At least I am. I just don't want to risk anything interfering with that.
No, you're right. I guess I'm just more scared now than I was before.
I just want to figure out what it is he's after. I'm not saying what he said doesn't make any sense. And I suppose there's no actual reason not to trust him other than it seems like a lot of effort.
I mean, here's the thing.
Not just to find us, to follow us countries away from Ustlov, but then to stay when that thing showed up and fight alongside us.
Right, because the thing
Why?
is, you could say that it doesn't make any sense, because I'm not really certain that it makes a ton of sense. And to be 100% frank, the only people who have known or addressed us outright by not, Adelmay or Brick, it's not really ended up good. At the end of the day, it's uncomfortable, and I'm not okay with it, but, I don't know what else we're gonna do about MD. But I don't like it any more than you do.
I suppose for the time being, we don't have much choice, do we? Like you said, can't lose another one.
I think that we should...
Especially not like that.
No. I think we should keep him on a short leash. I don't really know what else. I mean, I tried everything within my power to help MD, and I feel like it only got worse.
You did what you could. This isn't... That thing doesn't seem like something that should even exist. Not here, of all places. This... I don't know. If we have to thrust him, we have to thrust him, but I'll watch him at night when you lot are doing... Oh, yes. Is that going to work without Martin? The ritual. Doesn't it need 5 of you? You'll have to pull MD in then. I know
he can't. I hadn't even thought about that yet, to be 100% honest with you.
I hadn't either. As a little... I'd hope understandably preoccupied. Well, that's not my lot, and I hardly understand how it works in the first place, so...
Well, you've done it once before, though. I mean, you've helped.
I helped, yes, but I understand enough to play my part in it, and that's about it. I know what to do, I know the emotions, the feel, the little steps and the chats, and I mean, I can still help as I always have, but what else could we possibly do other than pull MD into it? I know he doesn't feel confident, but if I could do this, surely MD can. I don't have a magical bone in my body. I'm not telling medicine put one there.
I don't... The few times that we have failed at the ritual have been really, really dangerous. And while we know he'll be fine once we get him in there, or at least he'll be asleep, I don't know if we... I mean, one false move, he's already...
And while you two are out on the deck discussing this, inside the cabin is still MD, Reginald, and I would imagine as there's not really been time yet to even gather one's fishing equipment to go, ignore the world, Marius and Trey as well.
Yes.
The group of you gathered around... The fellas. Gathered around... kind of, yeah, it is the fellas. Gathered around...
the fellowship.
MD.
Stop
it. The
so
fellowship
dumb.
of the thing.
Exactly.
Anyways, continue.
Fellas, how are things in the cabin?
I feel like there every once in a while I call one of them over to just, hey, can you hold right here? And then I kind of, with between like a little dagger and a just like pop one of those things out
Oh my
straight
God.
out of the skin. It's like, because like he was saying before, like you probably see them actually literally in the skin, and like every once in a while just, oh, thank goodness the skin's a little tough. He's kind of somewhat sedated.
It's
all
like
right.
Dr. Pimple Popper, but terrifying.
Oh, no!
That's why I'm in there watching.
Some of them I could just straight up stab. Other ones I have to like cut and then like hold that and then I just, yep.
Marius
just,
is like weirdly engrossed, just like
yeah.
staring at this.
I gave up on the fishing and decided we're gonna fish for other things.
I could watch this all day.
No, this is where you're getting your bait.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
no.
Okay, cool. I'm subject to all of this.
And you're here.
And I am also here.
How's it feel?
awful.
Describe it in horrific
No.
detail.
Imagine,
from
imagine like
awful
100 ticks,
description.
but not on the outside of your skin, on like underneath the first layer of your skin, just crawling around, like 100 ticks.
So it's the
No, I
scarabs
don't
from the
want that.
mummy.
Yeah.
With your level of infection, your infestation, you can, especially on the sites where they burrowed into you, literally feel movement. You can feel something in your limbs, something in your chest. It's almost like an
Every now and then.
itch. But I have good news. Since I made a mistake on his name, I better make it right. A point for MD to return to the fight from Scott. That was a bit ago. I just had to find a good place to put it in.
Thank you,
You
Scott.
found that under your skin.
Don't feel too bad about my name. People get it wrong very often.
It's like a,
I feel like
Shake it
is
off.
that a gotcha ball
I do have a chart.
Hey, no, that's perfect.
Is that what that's called?
Not, but yeah, shake it off.
Yeah.
I have a chart piece of paper kind of thing next to you for like
Paper
1 to
cuts?
10 of pain. So like you could always just tell me.
The faces.
Yeah, with the
You just
faces.
scribble the
It's
little
always a 1.
expressions.
MD's always just a 1.
Well, no, if it ever gets a 10 is actually the worst. If it ever gets to an 8, 9, or 10, you let me know.
Yeah, MD's always a 1.
Oh, all right. Well, then we're doing good.
Stoicism.
Trey,
Yeah.
what about the ritual tonight?
No. Not till you're better.
I can do it.
It's not about if you can or can't. We don't have a good way of dealing with our new individual, taking care of you, and performing the ritual. It's too much to keep track of.
And you are also literally right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I know of them
I'm
going
not
to this
hiding it.
extra?
You are saying this while you are like
So
But
with
working on
my
everything.
head down as
You're
I'm like
right
working
there.
on you, I'm like, what ritual are you talking about?
You'll find out.
Okay.
As soon as he's better,
All right.
everyone else is
concerned
seen
What
it.
are
so
we-
welcome.
and I kind of point my chin over at Easy's like, what about a missing spot?
I personally think we take him with us, because then he can't cause problems. Can't die, can't hurt us, can't get up to shenanigans. We get to keep an eye on him.
I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
I'm just-
no,
I'm
no,
like
I'm not
agreeing with you.
hiding
I'm
it.
like, no.
I'm not whispering. I'm
just
saying
saying.
this all out loud.
I don't
because
think
he
we're
has no clue
whispering
what the
very-
ritual
no,
is.
this is
This is like a very loud group of people.
Yeah.
We don't whisper.
He has no clue what the ritual is. I don't care if he knows that we're gonna cast it. Like, I'm not hiding it.
And also, like, knowing that you guys didn't know me, I knew this was going to be a build of trust situation.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be like it's not going to be this. Knowing what I know a little bit about you guys and
Yeah,
everything.
the only call I've made up to this point is we shouldn't do the ritual. Like, I said that out loud to everybody. Like, no ritual tonight. Not a good idea. That's
so-
the only thing that's been
You've
said.
been very clear about that.
At one point during all this, grab the knife from him and jam it into my arm even deeper. It's like, you got to go deeper, my guy. Like,
You hear the satisfying scrape of bone knife
It's
contact.
not satisfying.
Yeah.
Why would it be that?
Sounds like gravel in his arm.
I hate.
As you
This
do that,
is
I'm
a
like,
horror
oh,
show
this is
now.
a first.
Great. I mean,
Okay.
it hasn't been hard in a minute, but you know, we're back thanks to this guy and being
Every
the
second we
worst
spend
thing that's
describing
ever
them.
existed.
Wait, have you ever like?
Probably
no,
not.
No, like you ever
Probably
caught
not.
the bone in a steak with a knife?
No, I don't.
Never?
I don't want to talk about that.
But you know
I
that
thought
noise
that
it
sounds
makes, right?
terrible already.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
don't know.
No.
Don't find
They
it.
know.
Don't
That's the
it.
10. That's the 10.
You know, if you want,
Who's
like, this is
that?
probably a great
On a 1
time
to
that
10
we could
pain
take
scale, that's
like
the 10.
some of the like orange coloration and give you a little tattoos, like just like giving you a little pin pokes with the knife.
I
really-
desperately.
You want to say you can get a sailor?
You know, like when
I-
you're
I-
in improv
wait,
and somebody
hold
comes to
on.
the front and wipes the scene.
I have a relevant but grotesque fact for everyone.
We do
Yes.
have a lot of things to consider. But we do also have an entire day to consider them, as this Iskolag attacked fairly early in the morning. Which means that while Reginald is going to be spending most of his day tending to MD, trying to make sure his infestation doesn't get any worse, the rest of you certainly do have the opportunity, if you so choose, to work on some other daily projects, be that research or magic or something else entirely.
Being fatigued.
Being fatigued,
Good
which
project.
prevents you from taking exploration activities, not downtime activities.
Yeah.
Those
thought they
are
were-
actually different things.
You want to hit the books right now?
So like no, it's because exploration activity is
you
like
can
something
read
it's very active. It's like all of these, even like seeking, is very kind of high intensity. It takes a lot of focus because we are still talking in relatively short time scales. Downtime is like throughout an entire day. You can still read a book. I think that's like one of the premier things you do when you're sick.
No, I
Oh,
sleep.
you're at home sick. You shouldn't be playing any games. You're not healthy enough for that.
We're
Are
gonna
there
make
any
this.
cartoons on?
We're gonna make this man do homework while he's sick.
Somebody get him
Flashbacks.
some
I-
applesauce.
this sentence way more than anything
Yup.
about the Escalog infestation. But no, fatigue prevents you from taking exploration activities because all of your energy is just trying to keep up with the party, basically. It does not prevent you from taking downtime activities like research.
Cool.
So you can still absolutely participate while you're
Still be a
infected.
nerd. Got it.
Exactly.
Do
So-
you have books to read? I could work on one hand at a time, so you can use one hand to.
You have, as far as research is concerned, completed all but 2 of your 7 investigations. The Captain's Tricorn and the Webbed Foot are still open. Captain's Tricorn having had some progress made on it, a decent amount, and the Webbed Foot, none whatsoever.
Can you? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Can you run the checks back by us for the Trihorn and the Webfoot?
The Captain's Tricorn has some progress. Is acrobatics, crafting, or thievery would be the 3 checks you would use to research that. And the Webbed Foot would be nature, religion, or survival.
I can't do that one at all.
I can help.
I have negative ones on all 3.
I can do either.
Wisdom, or wisdom.
Which one are you working on?
I can do either. So
My best stat is the acrobatics one,
same.
and the second one I have the same on all of them. So
Okay.
I can start work on the Webfoot.
I will
Honestly,
be continuing to retrain.
Fair enough.
Oh, he's
Because-
your
Oh,
trainer.
right. You're working
Yeah.
on your retraining.
montage.
So,
Oh, I
he's kind of recently fallen in love with shields. Much of his day is focused on trying to practice on how
He's kissing your
really
shield.
use these effectively. This is new to you. MD wants to begin researching the webbed foot. Marius, what do you want to do?
What's the Webfoot, the first or the second one?
Second one.
Second one.
Acrobatics is the Captain's Tricorn.
I can more start on the tricorn.
And how about you, Kimmy? We're going to have 4 completely different
Here's
downtime
the
activities
thing.
today.
I will
5
be-
actually, because his is treating disease. So we might have 5
Gotta
completely
teach,
different.
Reese.
I know.
If
But
she's
here-
down
here's-
for
I'm sure she's
I'm
fully aware that's an
considering
option.
helping MD. Regardless, my activity will be taking place next to MD.
That's fair.
Even if that is teaching Reese, and somebody else's activity will be at gunpoint.
One hand teaching, one hand.
all focus on
Got 2 ladies on the ship, 2 paranoid women.
3
That's
technically.
what we're bonding over. A shared
captain.
This
mistrust
was
of
not-
everyone else.
Gendered on purpose. We just kind of got here on account of you have the paranoia and the NPC kind of happens to be a woman. So, like, you know,
Not somebody confirming my fears. It's great.
you have created a feedback loop. It seems to be going wonderfully for
Yeah.
you. So,
I don't want to leave Reese out, so I think I will help Reese. Do you think you got
women
yours on your
supporting
own?
women.
Women supporting women. And I got your back. You know, like
Got your back.
I'm there. I'm behind you. No, I don't.
Watching
Yeah.
Watching your back.
watching your back intently.
Don't take that much of an investigator to realize it's not a positive.
I feel like someone's staring at
It's
you.
2 people doing a lesson, but just staring you down the entire time.
Heckles are raised the entire
You
time.
have a tiny little 3'0", bright pink-haired gnomish toddler, and like this career assassin who has at least 30 knives on her, just staring.
What was her name again?
Reese?
Reese. Okay.
Think Reese's Pieces.
Right.
But
All
not
right,
spelled
SI.
that way.
It's not spelled that way.
I didn't spell anything correctly on my paper.
Oh,
It's not about
misspelled
spelling, it's
Trey?
about phonetics.
Phonetics is
No
important.
idea. There's a D in that. Did you know that?
This man's hooked on phonics. Okay, so
I didn't realize there was a D in me.
Why?
let's start with our research then. We'll go ahead and start with Webfoot because you picked first. MD, alone, poring over these tomes, trying to get some kind of a lead on the second just random animal part on this list of things.
How much do you know about feet?
I know that I got 2 of them. For now.
Go keep
He's
those.
so smart.
This sure is an episode.
This is great.
Oh, I didn't even get to say my grotesque fact about
No,
mine.
No,
and,
sure didn't.
I'll
what's
say
ahead
on
and
the
take
no,
your
I'll say on
roll.
the
What's
break.
your roll, Colby?
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll religion.
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 The
Religion.
religious foot.
Rolled an 8 on the die.
So
24.
you got.
You know what? I
Yeah.
like using hero points.
Hero
So
points are fun and cool. I
hero
like
points
using
are
hero
fun and
points.
cool, and I like to say thank you to Oroka-san as MD starts to read, as I start to read a book. I was like, flip through it and just start ripping out pages that are useless. They have no information on them
Welcome
whatsoever.
back, Raz.
I know, right?
Oh, yes.
Reposition
I'm not
the
in-
candle so it's closer to you. You get a little more light.
Reordering the.
I rolled a 9.
That's higher.
Better.
Hey, the pages mattered.
It
The pages do
it
matter.
Went up.
Who's that extra light? He couldn't make out the.
I couldn't. It's 25.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
spot on.
beginning to research, you have this similar problem with what you had with the blue and purple modeled feline tail previously. This is a random animal part, and at least blue and purple modeled fur is unique-ish. That's odd. There cannot be that many people that have that. A red webbed foot is almost as vague as Captain's tricorn.
Yeah.
So step 1 is, where do we even begin this? You have a little bit of a start on this because you had determined that it was a very specific hat. It was a symbol of status, much like the signet ring or the heartstone, and that it wasn't going to be particularly elaborate or ornate, but it would have residual energy from the powerful soul that bore it. It's a start.
Straight to the shackles we go.
Channeling our pirate vibes. A little bit better than what you got for a 27.
You rolled a 10.
And
Yep.
you
8, 9,
8,
10.
9, 10 so far. You as well,
We know what the next
looking
roll
into
will be.
this alone. It's been, it's a distracting day. There's a lot of weird stuff
I had a lot of vomit.
going on. There's a very sick man. There's still like orange splatter all over the deck. You're not feeling great. Easy might be dead.
He's not dead.
There's a fox man. There's a lot going on. Not the ideal conditions for research.
Is this like constantly trying to look through the book and then you're like picking up, distracted, zoning out, having to
You hear-
reread a paragraph 5
Speaking
times?
of distracted,
Oh,
you just hear.
How good are you at teaching magic
How
with a
yes,
gun in
you
one
are
hand?
trying to continue.
I don't
Reese's-
need my hands.
Reese's
Where we're going,
education.
we don't need
Yes.
hands.
Trying to unlock more of this magical potential that she's already been connected to. Give me your occultism. Is it an 11?
It's not an 11.
You gotta
It is
reroll for the 11.
Worse than that.
Ah.
You gotta reroll for the 11.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to accept what I have received.
Well, you could have gone from 7 to 11.
You said occultism or arcana?
What do you normally use? I feel like
I
we
think
usually
it
use
was.
occultism.
I can't remember. Actually, I don't know what I'm asking. They're the same. So it's 26.
The 26, you, again, you might be more distracted than they are. Just sitting here,
Yeah. no,
gun in
move-
the hand.
Move the knife again.
And Reese, nearly as distracted as you are, making sure that this new fella doesn't get up to anything uncouth. The day passes. Good job. I would say relatively unsuccessfully. You don't make any progress on any research, and Reese's teachings don't really move forward in any meaningful way.
I think you're the only one who got anything done.
Reginald succeeded at his. He
Throughout the day, for sure, I'm like, you don't need to have that pointed at me. You have more than enough muscle here. That's fine. You know. I've been in worse scenarios.
At the end of the day,
Cock it.
the time
Now it's worse.
the time comes to gather your things, set MD up as well as you can for the night, and, well, sleep. Easy has shown no signs of change. He hasn't stirred at all, made no sound. His breathing still going, but shallow. Exactly the same state you'd found him in the morning after you awoke from your previous adventuring. As you start to wind down for the night, Reese kind of catches Cammy's eye and just looks at Reginald and back at you and at Reginald and back at you a couple of times. And then heads over to her normal post next to Easy's bunk.
I would offer to sleep in shifts with Reese. Just to be safe.
Just straight up, you just see her look at them and what do you
Are you gonna be one of the girls?
Yeah.
One of the girls!
One of the girls!
It's not fair. I'm sick and I have to sleep.
Did you want to be one of the girls?
I want to be part of
I
the
mean,
group.
you're giving it the option. I didn't know that was an option.
Option. We didn't even invite him to be a fellow.
Towards the end of the night, I would just be like, all right, I think he should be set up good for at least resting through the night. I'll kind of stay close by. And then, now, actually, I thought about this. I'm like, wait a minute. How does a kitsune sleep? Do I, like, curl up like a fox? I'm in a suit.
How do you sleep? How do you sleep? It's entirely
But he
up
has
to
a
you.
tail. There's a whole thing.
You know, like when you make your arm into like a pillow under your head?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
big fluffy tail.
It's like coiled up.
I'll
You shift back to your normal.
I will set up a slight bed situation, basically right underneath where he's sleeping.
He's made a nest.
Yeah, I made a little nest, and throughout you first see me get down normal like a normal humanoid person, but then towards if you ever see like towards the end of the night, you'll notice I start to curl up a little more like a fox. And when I really get comfortable, the tail even comes in front of the face.
He just watches like with equal parts like disbelief and almost disgust as he just obliviously kind of walks over and just lays down next to MD's bunk. He's like, well, good night.
I will stay close by.
She just stares at him.
It's been all day like that. I've been getting used to it. Are you guys in the room with me still?
Everybody is in
Yeah.
one
One
cabin.
cabin,
It's
yeah.
one cabin. We don't have our own rooms.
Right.
There is a
Small
single
cabin.
cabin with some like
Okay.
hammocks basically hung between the supports along the walls. It's not a big space.
There's also 2 additional people.
the
that we just
6
don't
of you
talk about.
and like 2 other passengers that are
Right.
having a very awkward journey now. Like, just
They were part of that. We talked to them a little bit, and then we just ignored them immediately.
really decided that they don't maybe
Their
don't
names
really
are
want to
in
be
here
a
somewhere.
part of
I
this
know
anymore.
it.
They're just kind of off in their corner in their bunks, just trying not to get involved in
That's
the
fair.
general tension with the strange fox man. They're fine. They don't need to be a part of this. I'll
Well,
take first watch. If you want to rotate, make sure somebody has an eye out. I think enough things have happened on this voyage to merit it.
Sounds good to me. I'll be
Nice.
second.
I'll relieve you later.
I don't believe I'm trusted enough to even take any watch.
No, you're not.
I figured that.
Immediately.
it's gone. I'll climb up into my little hammock.
And each of you would get comfortable laying down with Reese's glare not hanging on Reginald as long as you might have thought. Some of you would see that almost immediately after all of you get into your hammocks, into your bunks, she turns to Easy. Just kind of watching him until each of you ends up eventually falling asleep. We'll go through your watches through the night, taking turns, ensuring that nothing terrible happens in the night. And with that, it would be some short while after sunrise that all of you finally are ready to face another day.
when you see Reginald wake up, you actually notice that his tail went up and went across his feet. just because every once in a while I would kind of break and then just checking on him, making sure. just so somewhat of the cutest thing.
Every time you wake up, I am wide awake staring at you.
Just this big tusked orc face just glaring, staring down at
Just
you.
watching. I've determined MD is almost exactly just the lightest sleeper in the world.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I'm also somewhat like noticing. Like I'm sleeping lightly somewhat sometimes, and it's just the tail just goes up and just making sure. Like, oh, you're awake.
Brick's face, but like the "you are already dead" panel. But it's just Brick's face, just like looking down at him.
It is funny that we're all like the person we're fussing over, just like, well, don't make sure that he doesn't touch it, make sure he doesn't blah blah blah. Like the baby girl of the group right now. It's this like tusk over
Giant orc man covered in scars. Like
And also, whenever I do get up, it's not even like a full get up and then I do it. It's like I just little one eye and just put that up there.
You keep pushing it off, and then it goes back up.
Yeah.
I don't want to cuddle.
like a fluffy fox tail.
Yes, it's like
Worst
that's-
thing.
As you awaken in the morning, the most important, urgent thing is ensuring that MD's condition doesn't worsen. You still have, I assume, a bundle of anti-plagues.
Yeah.
You'll be taking fairly
We
regularly.
bought 20 of them.
Yeah, you have. They're not expensive, and you also have Reginald's aid. You want to roll me a medicine check here, sir?
Is this for another?
This is for another day of treating MD.
Do we want
Yes.
to do his last because it is the end of the day?
The robust recovery.
Well, he's gonna roll a save now, so it's like
That's fair.
Ooh.
right.
What do I add to that? Medicine?
It should
Yeah.
just be your medicine, just your normal medicine. Robust recovery means you get a bigger bonus if you do succeed, but I don't think it helps you succeed any better.
Oh, natural 19.
That's really good.
With a total of 35.
35 will definitely succeed. Not quite the astounding critical success of your first appearance, but a success nonetheless.
Can't ask for 20s all the time.
So-
Robust recovery gives you the same effect of a critical success.
Plus 4?
Plus 4.
So you have a total of a
Oh,
plus
yes.
6.
Minus 2 from sticking.
Minus 2 from being sickened. So a total of a plus 4
Or
Yeah, robust
And then does it
recovery
go
basically
back up?
takes success to crit success.
on your fortitude save.
sorry, minus 1 from fatigued. Fatigues to saving throws.
Does the
Sickens
anti-plague
to
make it go
They're both
up?
status, so they don't stack.
checks and DCs.
Yeah, but they're both status.
No, it's just a minus 1 from fatigue because sicken only goes to checks and DCs.
Saving throw is
Not a check or a DC. It's a saving throw.
It's a check. I'm pretty sure.
I
Isn't
mean,
a saving throw a saving throw?
We'll roll and see if a 1 matters, because I'm pretty
enough.
sure it's a check.
I rolled 2.
Ooh!
The one might matter.
Thank you, Scott.
Hey!
Thank you, Scott, because-
Scott, that's woo, Scott, let's go.
I rolled an 11.
That's better.
Okay.
What's the total?
More better.
We knew one was coming.
It is
I'm gonna throw
plus
up,
16
dude.
from our regular fortitude, so 27.
I wouldn't let anything
Plus
happen to
the
him. I can give him a
3
reroll too.
would make
Oh,
it
that's
30.
Well, you're at a plus
It's a new
6.
Yeah.
Minus 2.
Because you
That's so
have
sick.
Yeah.
2
Plus.
from the anti-plague, 4
Cool.
from them.
So 33. 33.
Okay, yeah, the 1 doesn't matter then. 33 is good enough that will succeed,
Yes.
Scott, you did it.
which you make a critical success, correct?
Yes.
Which means
Do you have the fortitude one?
Yes. Got it
Very
at level
nice.
9.
you are now down to just sickened 1. And the
Oh my
fatigued is gone. Just
Oh my gosh.
sickened 1. That said, the way this affliction works, it's pretty difficult to fully recover from. I'm gonna give you a little bit of mechanics here. It takes 8 hours for you to benefit from his long-term care, which means you get a torture check when you wake up in the morning, because generally, diseases have 1-day cycles. The final battle, stage 1 of Ischolugia, has a 1-hour check, which means you will not get robust recovery again. You will get your anti-plague, so you'll get that plus 2. You're only sickened 1, so that's only a minus 1. But while he can get you to the door, you have to step through it yourself. But it does mean you immediately get a chance to fully recover from this with a second fortitude save. That's right. You have to make 2 of them in a day to shake it off entirely.
Virulent.
Right now?
It's not even virulent because his success to crit is basically canceling out virulent. It's that you have to go from stage 2 to 0 because the onset is
Bounce
only an
around,
hour
yeah.
on that stage 1.
Wishing you a Taylor Swift recovery. Shake it off.
I believe.
Shake it off.
I
If you-
believe.
The card I just used.
If you didn't have success to crit on fortitude saves, the 2 of you that got this and the one who got it wheeled away, Iskalugia is almost impossible to recover from. You have to make 2 consecutive saves to go up 1 stage.
I mean, I've got a plus 20. It's not impossible for me.
I got a plus 16.
I mean, that's still, that sure helps, but like twice in a row is
I've got like a
a 1 in 4.
65%
Yeah, that's
chance,
brutal.
something
that's
like
not great.
Because with the
That's
anti-plague,
pretty brutal.
A little later in the morning, MD fighting for his life here. Does it get better, or does it get worse? Give me a fortitude save.
I feel like we should all
I
hold
believe.
hands.
I believe.
Natural 1.
Wait,
No, you didn't. Did you really? Can
Let's
I? No, 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 no,
go!
no, no.
I got it. Guide the timeline, my chronomancy, where I give him in a the next time around.
He gets
Allie,
to reroll with the plus 1.
Yeah,
Oh
you get to reroll.
When an ally critically fails,
I give you a
are
with a plus
treating
1.
him here in the morning, and you feel some serious progress. This really looks like
Oh
it's
my
working.
gosh.
But then suddenly, you see it take a turn. You see it start to worsen. And as he's kind of writhing, sweating, fighting this, you feel once again yourself almost step back, seeing these 2 scenes before you. And now, starting to kind of adjust to this, you instinctively pull across to the other. So not only do you get to reroll the check with an additional plus 1 from him guiding the timeline. He's ready for that one. Look
I
at
was.
this man's
I was
gaming.
ready.
You
already.
said he couldn't help you through the door. He said, no, hold on.
Excuse me.
I was
You're
letting you
going
say
in.
it.
I can help you not fall down the stairs.
No, but you see there are 3 doors, and we opened one of
No,
them.
No, no, no!
This is now we're doing the 66. You got to
This is
open the second
important.
door.
His health is at risk. MD needs this to not be sick. Scott! You have a plus 1, and you have a hero point. Do it again.
Come on. Colby,
It's an impossible shot. 13 on the die. That's a 30 minus 1 from Sicken, so 29. Should
Plus 1 from him.
Plus,
The plus
I have-
DA 30.
you have the
I
the
have
plague.
I have anti-plague,
Anti-plague.
anti-plague,
So it's
so
a
plus
plus
3.
one.
So
Plus 3
31.
minus 1. So
Yes.
it's plus 2.
31. Then?
Yes.
31 succeeds.
We're good.
Oh my gosh.
And with that,
Oh my gosh.
That was weird.
the last vestiges of the Iskalugia by the end of this day will be wiped away. He's cured. He's healed. I don't need this card anymore because it
Oh
has a
my
disease on it.
gosh.
You know what? I don't think I need. I don't need Henry.
Yeah!
You've been carrying a backup
Knock on wood.
character just in case. The fear was real. Iskalugia will kill you. It will make you stop being alive. And celebratory hero point from Chef
Yay!
Ja MD.
Hey!
No further words. Just MD. Please, God, take it.
Rage and Fury. Thank you.
It
Oh,
seems
man.
by the end of the morning that this Reginald fellow certainly knows what he's doing. His treatments are so effective, it's almost like supernatural, you could say.
I'm not a doctor, but I didn't know that this is by far the most extreme I've had to use my capabilities. as I'm sweating, but you can't see the sweat. It's all fur.
It's in your palms.
It's very palmy.
It's in your palms or you're panting. I think
Right.
foxes pant.
The beans.
Yes, you might see that. Just as a working through the.
Because I think cats sweat through their beans. Cats
sweat.
Cats are weird.
Cats are weird.
I was trying to sleep the other night, and Sarah's cat kept putting the beans on my cheek, just
Anyways.
gently resting them there. It
Oh.
was the most distracting thing ever.
Anyway,
You're not a doctor at all?
No, I'm a forensic investigator. But
Because that is incredible.
I actually agree. I haven't been able to do anything quite that fast, and ever actually. But
Thank you.
yeah,
Like, really, thank you.
it's well, we're gonna need them, or at least you guys will.
See MD sit up, reach into his bag and pull out some oils, pull out a knife, and just like start going to work at the scars that were implanted from the initial
the
attacks.
scars that you're not supposed to have, the wrong scars.
The wrong scars, and he starts working on them. You would know. Everyone's seen him do this on some scars from tougher battle. He's like making sure they persist. So he's digging them out, making sure like the ones that kind of healed over already have just been dug out again. That way they're just gonna keep doing the like, scar up really strong.
Is that like a memorable thing you'd like to have that kind of as like almost like a tattoo kind of thing?
Another victory.
Right. I don't want to do that to me though. I would think about it like a matching one, but I don't really.
I don't want to do it to you.
Yeah, no, I'd.
be able to see it through the fur.
Right, that's true, and I mean it would hurt me because I could tell that you withstanded a lot of that pain.
And he just kind of holds out his hands. Just, thank you.
It was no big deal, I guess. It was actually a very big deal. I actually immediately take that back. It was a huge deal. That was the extent of my capabilities, truly.
I don't know what we would have done otherwise.
Yes. It was quite weird for me to be here at this time, actually. Has
Yeah.
you guys encountered this person before? Or anything like that? Anybody else got...
a strong word?
The creature?
Yeah, well, it's funny you guys were calling him an elf. I remember that. They're not elves. But, no, I mean, is this the worst thing that has happened? Like, have you guys
No,
came across
no.
things that give out diseases and...
I mean,
Yes.
it's probably the worst physical thing that's happened to me.
Yeah, that's
Right.
probably the closest call we've had to.
It's no.
What about getting aged?
Oh, yeah, I've aged, like, I'm near retirement.
But it's never taken any of us that long to bounce back from anything.
He still
else.
hasn't. He looks like belongs in a home.
Just gonna
It's,
gesture
keep
at
calling
him
Easy.
old.
You look great too, Reese. Thank you.
And besides, yeah, she also just kind of nods the tray over towards Easy's bunk. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't there to protect him.
What did happen to him? Does anybody know?
Look, I've seen frozen alien planets. I've seen monsters from beyond the stars. I've fought all of them, actually. This, you said you aren't even looking for us. You're just following a trail. I don't think that any kind of trail that we're a part of is one that's particularly wise to be on.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't looking for you all. I knew that you all were a part of Lau's group of sorts, and then as you left, you might have thought that you guys have left with no trails, but it was quite easy. A simple investigator would be able to figure where you guys were going. And no, truly to understand, we both have the same goals and I'm just me. I can figure problems out. I can't take anybody down. Normally, I would have, town guard or be able to call people to really, take people in. It's not my thing to actually take somebody in. And with Lowell's and who he's going with, I can figure out what he's doing and why, possibly with you guys' help, even more. But I don't have the manpower.
Well, if he could find us, he certainly seems he's a decent chance of finding Laos.
That's what his name is. Was I saying Lowe's? Laos.
It's just an accent thing.
It's just an accent thing. Laos.
I don't see why.
We can't. We have to trust someone. You're right.
I think we test him in the dream, see how he does.
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
For what
it's easy. We go to the dream world and we test you.
It's like a sleepover.
I'm going to find out if this is something you really want to be involved with soon enough.
One trip to there, and you'll know if you want to leave.
I'm
Well,
gonna pull out.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't really have a choice.
I'm gonna pull out.
I kind of left everything.
A little notebook full of sketches of the things we have fought. It's like these
He's an
whole.
artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
He doodles.
I'm an artist.
He's a
Hey, you know what
national
falls out of
treasure.
the notebook?
What?
A card.
Card.
While
Paul.
you're grabbing that, there's a little card kind of stuck in there from Azentrock Reginald. Using your abilities well for your second session with a brand new mid-level character.
Yeah, that's
Have
right.
a hero point. Have another one. Another ability.
Hey.
Trick.
Yeah.
With also the
you.
archetype that just was thrust upon you that you didn't pick.
Great. He's been
He was-
doing his
he
Yeah,
was
homework.
ready.
seriously.
He was on the button for
What
those
about
seconds. Like
taking it
Emerald
in
the one. He's like, no. Like, he was waiting to throw that one in there.
You think you're in control? I'm just joking. Don't use that against me.
All right. Well.
So when you get a hero point here, we
What's
usually
that?
read the title.
Run and shoot.
Run
I
and
almost
shoot.
jump into my
Oh.
accent.
He actually has a thing that.
Play when you take a.
You
No,
don't
don't
read
say what
what
it
it
does.
does.
Just the title.
got
just
it.
the
The
name. So he
title
has like
and
an
the flavor
idea
text.
of what it is.
Oh, down below.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Remember
fella
to
here?
breathe. Remember to breathe is the hard part. Remembering to breathe is the hard part.
Remember to
Remembering
breathe
to
is
No
hard.
thought.
Breathe
Head
hard.
empty.
Unga.
Yeah.
Remember breathe.
I'm the
What?
dumbest one in the
Would
party.
you like
so-
to kiss
You
the
pull
gug?
out your
I don't know
sketchbook.
what that means.
That's a gug. We on kiss it?
MD shows you some sketches he's made of
This is the
some
tamest
truly horrible creatures
All the things we fought.
that the
that's
group of
probably
them
the-
have
Would I have known of any of these
come
things?
across. With this, you could make me an occultism check.
7 plus
I don't think you're gonna know.
17, 24.
Maybe.
Gug.
No.
It would look like a horrible creature.
That's
And
you fought
that's-
that.
Maybe, yeah, that's the tamest of it
Wow.
all.
That one hurt.
They're very grabby.
As soon as MD whips out the book, Cammy's trying to hold back just how relieved and excited. I imagine she would plop into his lap, like if you were doing story time and we went there and
Your dad pulled out the bedtime book. You would have art of gugs, art of gigantic scarred possum things.
So that's the tamest.
There
Yeah.
would be
What about our
writhing
piles of flesh?
tentacled demons, things that looked little more than heaps of flesh, what looked almost like a man with skin too overgrown for his clearly massive frame, a symbol upon his chest. Monsters of flesh, of writhing limb, of light, even. And you would have a day
Horrifying.
before you. We've seen some wonderful things here.
You know what's funny?
Namira.
As you're showing me these things, see, this is the thing. I would have to run from these kind of things. I wouldn't be able to escape. I would have to escape from I wouldn't be able to take on any of these things.
You couldn't handle the Silver
Yeah?
Surfer?
I could not handle that silver thing, silver predatorial looking thing.
No, it was
My favorite.
this was a.
Turn to the Zoog page.
This is, there's
Turn to
some
the
Harlequins are
Zoog
halfway
page.
through.
Go back to the.
There are some not bad things.
Like it comically alters between like absolute complete horror and then funny
Yeah.
little guy.
Oh, that thing's
That's my
cute.
favorite. Oh, that's-
So
that
I
was my
like that
favorite
one.
They're
That's
like
favorite.
this tall.
I might be able to take that, actually. Maybe.
No, there was like 1,000 of
maybe.
them.
Oh, yep, nope, that's a running situation as well.
It's
Oh,
fine.
to be
We got into a
didn't
lot of
we
fights where we
technically
probably
not
have
fight
to.
that one.
Oh, show him the taser
Barely,
otters.
barely,
Oh,
right?
the taser otters, the lizard.
Taser otters.
Taser
There they
otters. That was a good one.
We fought
Even-
those on the
There you go.
boat. We fought, yeah.
So those could come up here at
No.
one point. Okay.
They won't come back.
Oh, they're fine. It's just some taser otters.
Yeah,
There's
we
some taser
um.
otters down there in the water.
There's a lot of
I
things.
love
we
that we're just
fought.
throwing just an
wait,
anthology.
he's getting
Apologies if
shown.
you're listening to a podcast.
Well, I feel like I'm like
Right.
going
we're just
through the
throwing
book.
Like all the good art.
this roster of sketches MD has of all of these creatures. That
If it's all the people
the
that we
group
fought,
have
Reese would
overcome.
be in this book multiple times.
Reese's in this book multiple times.
Reese would definitely be somewhere in this book.
Wait, show the good Reese art.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you fought
This
her?
one's when she tried to
Oh,
kill
the
me.
scar
this
right
is
here.
from
when she tried to kill
us.
him.
There's
Wait, you.
MD will,
They've fought her a couple times.
MD will point at a scar that's literally right where his heart is, and point at the back where it looked like a rapier just pierced straight through.
I'm surprised he survived that one, honestly.
I don't know how.
Few that would.
I thought I was
You
dead.
guys have been in a conflict a few times.
Yeah.
What turned you all into allies?
Point it easy.
Common enemy.
I understand.
Hey, common enemy, right there.
Oh, not
Oh,
again.
damn it.
Would I have
Season
known about
one?
that one?
This one, as they get back further to near the beginning of this book, you would see a figure that you have certainly heard other people describing back in Thrushmoor. Not something you would have seen, but
Right.
something that's fairly
Right.
distinctive. This man garbed in nothing but yellow, tattered cloth, eyes bound, sharp teeth, razor in his hand.
As
The
I get
razor.
And
As-
he would literally pull out that razor.
as I would get through the pages and be confused, and but as I get to that one, I'm like, this one I've never seen this one, but this based off of what I've heard and learned, and what's the name of him again?
The Tatterman.
The Tatterman. Would I know that name?
That's the name. That's
Yeah.
what he would
So
be
like,
known as.
This is you're describing when I think of the Tatterman. This is basically how I would imagine him.
This was the
You know.
tattered man.
You know about it?
This was
Heard. I mean, in Thrushmoor, there's the things you hear of things, and so never seen, never really, but the cases have come across.
It would have been something that you had only heard of probably near the end of your stay in Thrushmoor.
Right.
Something that had suddenly become prevalent as tales had spun out while you were investigating Lowell's dealings with a patient in the asylum named Old Rosandalus.
That's where our nightmare started.
What he said.
Oh, okay.
Like I've mentioned before, us three, Adelmay, Huglam, Brick. That's who we were before we were sent to the asylum. Laos traded us who we were for a book.
You also, before as little of what I've learned is you weren't in the same state of mind. You were basically henchmen for him.
I wouldn't say henchman.
What would you say?
I would say
Henchman's fates.
I don't know what exactly we were. She would know more.
They worked with me and medicine and the Count. We were all a part of this together before Laos gave up their minds at medicine's behest. And now they don't remember anything. They barely remember who I am. That's what put us at odds at the first place.
Mm.
but they are different. That is, they're. Well, in a lot of ways, they aren't. In a lot of ways, this is still the Edelme and the Huglum and the Brick that I knew. And she kind of gestures back towards Easy's cot. Somewhere in there, certainly, is the Martin that I loved. But they are certainly different people now.
I'm
And-
hoping better.
MD, that's the reason why I don't fault you for taking out my previous partner. You weren't the same as you are now.
And I still did it.
Brick did it.
You're saying you're all criminals and we're all running from something.
Well, Brick was a criminal. I'm probably a criminal. Same face, same mind, just lost some memories along the way.
I mean,
Being a criminal is different than pure evil.
She did come back, by the way.
Did I know that? Yeah.
Oh, not. It's a fun story of what was it called, Cammy? A light, a revenant, something like that.
like a ghost.
She tried to kill me. Gave her a proper burial out by the new chapel.
Listen, to be 100% honest with you,
You don't trust me?
no.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But I
Something new.
don't think that you seem nice enough. And if given the opportunity, I think a lot of us wouldn't choose to keep up this path. I mean, I think everybody has thought at least once that this isn't easy and it's not pleasant, but we kind of have a sort of stake in it. There's
And we
nothing
could-
else that we remember. There's no other way that we know of to solve a lot of the problems. Half of the stuff that we're trying to piece together now is crap that I probably made up in the first place, and I don't even know. And so it only feels fair to tell you that and give you an out.
Well, I would say being pleasant is still, it's an opinion if you think something is pleasant or not, and I haven't seen too many unpleasantries. So, but as of right now, my goal, alive or dead, is to track down Laos. And, I can't do it by myself. So, I'm a little more simple sometimes.
Just don't
I
say we
think-
didn't warn you that there were.
Yeah, we'll see
potential
we'll see what he
consequences.
thinks.
I've already seen the little bit of the nightmare. Even just him picking out those things straight from his skin was also grotesque.
And then it's also, we've lost a lot of people along the way.
It's at
Well-
your own risk, you know.
Thank you for the warning.
Yeah, Edelmay's right. Cammy's right.
What do you prefer to go by?
Cammy.
Oh, is like your previous names like Damned or something? You don't like?
I don't know. I kind of think we were trying to end the world. That might have been on me.
Mm,
I mean,
I used part of it.
I think Brick was just following Edelme wherever she went.
I like to be
Some
respectful.
things haven't changed.
And with that, we do have another day on the water ahead of us. And I forgot to mark off yesterday. So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, day 35 on our river cruise down to Cassomir. By this point, we would actually have passed much of Keonan to the south and be nearing the border of the nation of Galt, well known as one of the most politically stable and safe nations.
Good vacation
in
home.
Galarian. It's, to be fair, after passing the Elven homeland, where they're not exactly the friendliest to outsiders, and the River Kingdoms, where they're anarchy, Galt probably is a welcome respite. It is a land that is, by and large, mostly safe. In the grand scheme of Galarian, it is one of the
None of us
less
is royalty.
tumultuous nations.
Not Usalov.
Yes.
Certainly not Ustala.
None of us are royals, so
That we know of. That we know of. It's not too late.
You have a crown now, don't you?
I have a crown.
In the dreams.
It's foreshadowing.
a dream
I
crown.
wouldn't wear it in Galt.
Okay. I,
No joke.
Galt is, just to give you the very simple cliff notes, Galarian as a whole, the Inner Seas as a setting, is a land of many mixed nations and cultures, ruled in different ways by different people with different resources. And many of them reflect similar events and rulers that had existed in actuality or in other settings. And Galt, I would liken to, let's go with, revolutionary France, where they seem to really enjoy recreationally beheading whoever happens to be giving orders every 2 to 5 weeks.
Canonically
It's,
have
fun.
a Gaelic accent. Thank you, Nick.
and now we've decided to have Gaelic accents thanks to Roisin.
go have fun.
That was her homeland.
Let's stop there.
Let's-
Let's
was-
talk to as many
hold on.
NPCs
No.
as we can.
Favorite part of Galt, the final blade.
They have a guillotine that steals your soul, so that you cannot possibly be resurrected or brought back after it is headed you. It is
Things that can't die can die if they're put in the final
yes,
blade.
it can kill things that are immortal, or that
I love Galt.
come back. Like if you
Great country.
if you somehow convince Wyrelai and to get the final blade, she'd probably just be dead. It is it is the ender of things. There is it's the period at the end of the sentence. Galt is out, realistically for 90% of its population, a stable place. If you are, nobility or royalty, maybe hire a lot of guards or move. But
Leave.
it
Or
is
just give them their cake.
they can eat it too.
Oh my gosh.
It is a place
That's pretty good.
that is oft
That was quite the
divided
reference.
by politics. But for travelers through who have no stake in their royalty or their leadership, a place as safe as any other.
Will we be stopping in Galt?
Almost certainly, just due to the fact that they would rather stop there than the River Kingdoms.
Or the Cult Land.
And Riverton was pretty much the only option during that stretch of the river. In a few days, you will in fact be pulling up to a Galton port to resupply. One of
What
many-
kind of
one
people are
many.
there?
The Galtons are, I would describe them as largely unremarkable. They live their lives much like most in the Inner Sea, the majority of them being farmers or simple
More or less
tradesmen.
race.
Galton is Avestan. What's the? Is it just Avestan or Talden? I guess is what they're called, which is just kind of like think European white. They are. They're again. I would still go with like
Think
relatively
revolutionary
unremarkable.
France.
They
And
are
then splash in like 10% of the population
So
is
it's
everything else.
humans, mainly humans.
mainly
Mainly
humans.
humans.
Yes.
So I
mean,
will-
it's like humans and elves and dwarves
I
and
see why you're asking.
Yes.
halflings and gnomes.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Not a
elf-
lot of kitsune really.
The elf
It's a-
homeland is beside.
They are immediately next door to the elven nation of Keonia. So there is a very large elven population.
So I
throughout
will
Gaul.
when we get to that point, before we go in, I will transform into
Right.
my average man.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't think there's a lot of
My
places
average
for them.
8.5 out of 10 man.
I don't think there's a lot of places throughout the Inner Seas that are like have big kitsune populations.
You would
So
have to go
You're
all
probably
the
you're
way.
gonna be doing that like regardless.
Or just
of
if there's
the
ever
port.
places that
Get
are just
used
well
to it.
mixed of different, like, kind of people.
Yeah, it's
then-
not
then-
super metropolitan over there.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
Katapesh.
Well, if you want to run into
It's
a
not
lot
Katapesh.
of other kitsune, you'd have to go very far north,
Yeah, no, I don't.
all the way to
course.
Chanja.
Yeah, no.
Or
So you have a
Katapesh.
day now.
Or Katapesh.
Well, you would still be spending this day ensuring that MD is truly well and free of his infestation. The rest of you have another day on the water to research or to work on things. May I assume you are doing the same things you were previously? It seems like none of you had any particular reason to change. Then let us begin with the Webfoot.
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 I rolled a 15 on the die.
That might almost
31.
31 will succeed.
Dirty 30.
Hey,
D6.
we're on there.
I'm a master.
The
of
foot
religion.
begins. Give me a D8.
Get there. Oh, D8.
8. 3.
3.
Making progress.
Progress. You start with something that seems like it may very well have been obvious. This is almost certainly going to be a creature not native to the material plane. And given your source material here, that only narrows your search so much. But does give you a tack to start on that seems to be bearing some fruit. Nothing particular yet. No necessarily defined single species you're looking for, but a smaller list of candidates for sure. How to narrow it down to what Lowell's was after is the next question. Or the captain's tricorn. Acrobatics.
Captain Head. 11 again.
So fail.
28.
Again.
Well, I think it's one more. So.
Oh, 28.
It is
Yeah.
because you rolled
Yeah,
10
you
last
got
time.
the 11.
Still not going to do it.
Sad.
And then we have our occultism check as you continue to work with.
Yay. Ugh. That's worse than it was yesterday.
Only by 1.
Rip.
Only by 1, though. So what is that? That's going to be a 25? Yeah, 25.
25 as you continue to work with Reese again. Ever since Easy's coma, it just seems like she's really somewhere else. It's obviously really difficult for her to focus. It's difficult for her to do much of anything, it seems. As she seems like she does hide it well. She seems focused. She seems connected. She seems engaged. But it's simple mistakes. It's a lack of concentration. It's things that aren't usually a problem with her. And as you continue to work, trying to work through this telekinesis, just the slightest little amount of connecting your minds, trying to get something going. You two link up, and you, Reginald, as you're working with MD, just kind of glance over and see everything stop.
Are you stealing one of my abilities again?
Hey.
Okay.
That smile.
And you fall.
You see everything stop and go translucent, and once again, you feel this sort of separation from reality, from existence, from time, almost. But you don't see a path split before you. It just stops. This time, you can look around. Normally, you're almost an observer. It's like a single frame of reality here, a single thing that is happening, that is hanging on the air, waiting for you to re-engage and continue this flow. But this time, you just seem like you're separated. You feel a breeze, almost. It's not wind, it's just motion. It's difficult to describe, but it's uncomfortable and awkward. It just feels wrong. And as you look, you see that here in the cabin, you are not alone outside of the time stream. And a whoa from Oroku-san. He who took a break from my chaos last week, but this week it's a new scale. The Chaos Farm has a supply of chaos to give, and the demand is, well, also supplied by me and a select few. Funny how that works. Welcome to the party, funny Kitsune man. Let the show begin. We're going to take our break real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to stand up, stretch our legs, grab some snacks. Feel free to grab some drinks, hit the restroom, stretch your legs a little bit. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. And while we're gone, if you want to check out some of our cool partners, you know them. If it's your first time here, you might not know them. We're going to get to some Arkenforge mappery today, probably. They have been supplying our art and our NPCs and everything we pull up during the stream. You know Eldridge Foundry with our fine minis. This gray guy I definitely forgot to give to Brett last week, so he's still gray. That's my bad.
Also my bad too.
I guess it's everyone's
not
bad.
taking
We
it.
all forgot. We were very excited about our first
You know
show.
what? My
with
bad.
our new
My bad.
friend.
I
It's
forgot-
Sully's
bad.
bad.
Yeah, I
Sully
forgot to-
specifically
Oh, I thought
is
we were all
responsible
going
for
to?
this.
Okay.
Do better. Do
It
better,
actually
Sully.
feels better the fact that you took all the blame.
Okay.
That's
okay.
just
Such a big move.
And we still got a discount code over on Norris Foundry with the dice as well. UGT shows the code on all of these things.
Dice.
Check them out. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone.
Dice.
Don't go too far. Yeah.
Nice.
you have experienced a few times before since arriving here. This is different. Instead of being a spectator, an observer outside the time stream, you yourself feel like you've been removed for a moment. This scene of Reese and Cammy practicing their magic, stilled and translucent, as you look around and turn to see another figure here in the scene. A creature that seems to be made of cosmic matter, whirling blue energy and stars, lurking in the corner of this cabin. A mass shaped into something you could no better describe than a giant floating eyeball with 4 limbs extending out from its mass. It's not a particularly massive being, maybe 4-5 feet across. This eyeball looking like a solid, swirling mass of stars and blue light as it gently rotates and pivots, fixed very much on you.
My scenery around me is that black and white chrono,
Yes.
whatever.
It's
So,
just a little guy.
can I speak? Or is it all, it's just like in my mind?
You-
It's like a weird dream state?
You stay like, you look around, can I speak? You hear the words, and the thing cocks itself the other direction. Still looking.
Have you been the one doing this to me? Just curious. Am I just thinking these things and then it's just coming out loud, or am I just actually saying these things?
I don't know. What are you doing? Is this
I'm
all
just normally
amusing to
talking. I'm
yourself?
normally
Just like
talking.
the words aren't coming out. You hear them, but they sound almost distant, muffled, like they're coming from another room.
Got it. Hello?
Thing starts to drift on the air towards you. What looks like some of its essence trailing out behind it, like the tail of a comet, but somewhat
Have my
solid.
my cane staff just like, just up.
Yeah,
Just like
you sort of
like-
brandish your
like
little
it
cane
was-
at it.
It was
but-
from like the side more. Now it's kind of just up in my hand, and then I'm even just leaning forward, casually.
And as you start to lean forward, you have your cane up. You see your cane take on this same black and white, translucent hue, and your hand and the rest of you, and you suddenly feel you freeze as well. Everything in this room hanging still in time except this cosmic eye creature. And it floats up, looming just above you, this trailing tail behind it, swirling gently around you, winding in this almost embrace. You don't feel anything, but you see it just gently around your body, across one of your shoulders, as this thing still continues to just stare down at you.
I feel like right now it's like being at the zoo and like a snake is wrapping around me. I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna hurt me or not, or this could be a good experience.
And you see time shoot forward so fast you can't even begin to hope to perceive the months, the years of events that fly by in an instant. The scene whipping by around you, faces, voices, all an unintelligible heap. The only constant, this creature, still just hanging there. Until you finally feel everything stop as quickly as it began. And you see a perfectly flat surface of water, like a lake, reflecting a very bright, massive full moon above. It's like you're looking out from the top of a stone tower amidst a huge lake. And in the middle of it is your dead body.
It's disturbing. Can I do anything?
You can't move. You can't speak. You're still just here, carried away by this little thing. And somehow you know this is what happens. It's not this is what happens if you stick with this path, or if you follow these people from Thrushmoor, or if you find Lowells, or if you just give up and start a new life in Gaul. This is what happens. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do to avoid it. You are doomed one. You got a little deck in your desk of condition cards there.
Many decks.
It's the one
Solely
so-
help them.
It's a deck of many things, but
reference
not the
cards.
deck of
Yeah,
many
mine.
things.
Yours is kind of spilled.
I mean, realistically, I can just give
I
him.
didn't realize there was even more decks. I was like, oh, there's some. Oh, there's more
You
decks.
are
Yeah, no, the little
doomed.
scary one.
It's a desk
One.
of decks of decks.
As you feel that no matter what happens, this is your inevitable fate. Wherever this is, whatever the circumstances, you know there's more pieces to this that you don't see here. But this creature has just carried you straight to your end. A life that you didn't even get to experience, that you didn't get the chance to live. And you feel your frozen form here being pulled towards this corpse on the ground. As this thing, this eye, this monitor brings you just to the end of the book. Nothing in the intervening time seeming to matter. Then, something changes. The bright moonlight above disappears. The tower goes dark. And almost everything feels like it is pulled into a singularity, a solid black void. And this blue eye, for the first time, reacts to something. It turns and looks, and you see the essence of this eye whisked away, stretched. There's a term used in astronomy that's like literally spaghettified.
Yeah, it's because
Like it's pulled into a black hole and it is simply gone. And in that instant, time resumes right back on the ship like nothing had happened. Cammy and Reese right in front of you. But you are still very much doomed.
So, why don't Aeons only have 3 arms?
Why don't they only have 3 arms?
Yeah, like they're stewards of time. I don't know. I'm just thinking the clock faces generally have 3 arms. It'd be a cooler design choice.
An arm
That
of
would be
past, present,
an
and future.
interesting aesthetic if they had like.
It's like Gene Store Cult from 40K. I'm tangenting,
You
but
tangenting.
they have 3 arms.
I don't know. A lot of them have 4, and I'm not sure if there's a reason for that. But
It's cool.
to everyone else, it's like nothing ever happened. But to you, you suddenly feel the weariness of that entire life you were whipped through in an instant. And Cammy, you would kind of notice this as you're working with Reese, and you see him just kind of over on his side, just sort of curiously peeking, and then just staring into the void, like just immediately.
Like when a cat staring at
Did
a
I-
corner.
did we-
Yeah, when the cat sees
Yeah.
something in the corner.
Because I even have the hat and everything, but just even still, just nice big fox eyes.
Hey, are you okay?
When do I come back from that?
Everyone else, it is an actual instant.
Okay.
There is no they don't see anything. You just suddenly, your expression changes. To you, you experience all of this and then are suddenly just right back in your feet where you were. Like nothing had ever happened.
I don't know how much to share with you, but I think I just saw my own death. That was weird. I've had some things happen to me ever since I've gotten on this ship.
Like, just now?
Yeah. Yes, based off of where everybody still is, I believe I am back pretty much right when this started. I don't think really any time has even passed.
It doesn't.
But that was weird. I just went through basically my whole life.
What?
Yes.
Do you need to sit down or something?
Sure, that's not a bad idea. I'll take a seat.
It's a little initiation to the party.
Has anybody else ever went through anything like this? Because this has been happening since I've been here.
Just sort of.
Marius lives a whole second life.
Yeah. Kind of spent a good 8 or so years kind of off in a different, like you said, a different life. And then just kind of came back here a day later.
Back in the same moment?
And
Not
or
the
it was
same
a whole
moment,
day?
But I think I just woke up like the next day, like nothing had happened.
For
Except
us,
things
it was
had
a
definitely
day.
happened.
for him, it was like, what, 20 years?
I think it was closer to 8.
I think it was like 8 years is where it was.
Something like that.
Somewhere in there.
And I'm not as old as I look. Like, silver, like streaks of silver hair and the natural
He does
black
look
hair.
like he's probably 50 or 60.
Yeah. I'm like,
He's an old, very large scar.
Ah, you're looking good for yourself.
well,
Because I'm also an older fox. I don't.
I'm technically, I don't even know how old I was to begin. Reese, you know how old we actually were?
Uh,
Not something that comes up.
I mean, I can venture guesses, but it's not exactly something I had
Early
particular tabs
30s,
on.
maybe, for an orc. I don't know.
I mean, if anything, I would think he would actually know.
Not this.
Martin was 28.
You
I'm
just
sorry.
saw all of that right now.
Yes, and then I saw my dead body
That's
at
new.
a lake. And there was this eye with
Aye.
stars and stuff inside of it and galaxies, and
An eye?
it was kind of bringing me along, and then it got, once I saw my dead body, it then got distracted or something, and basically
Kind of-
spaghettified and left.
Flip through to the thing that we've met twice now in the asylum and in the
Star
Oasis.
Dragon.
He shows you a sketch.
We got told what that was,
Of,
didn't we?
this would
It's an
be
Aeon.
probably
Yeah.
difficult for you to replicate in pen,
It is.
but of a creature they describe as also made of star stuff and constellations and
Mhm.
space. But they describe it as being much, much larger.
This is a dragon.
Having
Was
a,
it a star
well,
dragon? Is
it
that what you
wasn't
said it
so
was?
much a dragon. It was
vaguely large.
it had a swirling
Yeah.
center of a
Star dragon.
galaxy in its chest.
Oh, that's not a star dragon.
A void for a
That was on Secrets
face
Between the
and-
Stars.
much more humanoid shaped. It doesn't look much like what you saw, though of course in the description and what they tell you there are very much certain similarities.
Yes, some similarities, but it seems mine seemed the creature I saw seemed a little more neutral. It's almost just giving me information more or less rather than that seems
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Father.
It looks like
the thing
beast.
MD, the thing you're showing me, or roughly, that's more of a horrific scene than
theirs does look far more terrifying than the
Yes.
appearance of what you saw. It doesn't. The hands of the creature they faced ending in massive claws like meteorites, and yours, small, gentle fingers.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was doing me a favor or trying to frighten, but it doesn't. It definitely has affected me for sure.
Hold on.
Anyways, that's.
Well,
we don't need to sit on that. That was. What do we have for the day?
Welcome to the
well,
party.
for the day we had done some research and we had tried to work on our magic with Reese. And again, we hadn't had no progress, but other than a bit of work towards a starting point on the webbed foot, we hadn't had much.
I'm still working on MD though.
Yes, still spending your day ensuring that MD is truly well and over this. But before we move on from this, I need you, Brett, to make me
Oh,
a stress check.
What? Any add?
Just a flat D20. You don't add anything to it.
Can I add my time thing to that if I needed to?
It's not a. Ooh, that's a good question.
Is it a skill check or?
It's a flat check.
It doesn't
so
have-
it's not a skill check.
Yeah.
It's not something you'd be able to use that on.
So I could die.
You can always
right
die.
now.
Oh, it was gonna be good, then it turned to bad. It's a 6.
Oh,
Oh.
That's all it does.
baby's first stress check.
Yay. Stressed. Yay.
Almost.
That's all it
Ds.
does. You're
You're
fine.
doing
so
better than new
fast.
guy.
Oh, it's just
I feel better.
old
Being
Oriental math.
confronted with your own mortality, being shown the circumstances of your own death, would be
You're fine.
would be upsetting for anyone. But somehow, you know that this isn't just some scene. This is what happens.
Yes.
You felt it. You lived it, though it was so quick you can't recall any of it. It's a path that you are incapable of avoiding because you don't even know what steps you shouldn't take. That's heavy in your mind.
I'm trying to recall images because I'm guessing it like zoomed me through my life, and as an investigator, I'd be like, okay, just taking information, but it's just too fast, and that frustrates
That,
me. It's in and of
My
itself.
friend, is the road to insanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much information.
But-
I couldn't.
As you split your focus between that and tending to MD, everyone else trying, mostly failing to make progress with their research, Trey training with his shield, MD learning a little, we would come to our evening, to our night, as we put the books away and decide what we want to do. MD seems to be mostly clear. You are all in good health, as you can be. You have a destination in Sarnath. Do you want to attempt the ritual? And what do you want to do about Reginald?
I would like to hold off for 3 more days until I'm done with my training. That's my personal opinion, but if the group decides that we think it's a better idea to go, it will not hinder my ability to have a plus 21 to hit.
How far away are
Still
we
good.
from any destination on the boat?
There will be a Galton port in about 2 days.
I mean, I think we should do it.
No use speeding around the bush.
Basically, Reginald, we are retracing Lau's and our own steps into the dreams.
That's new.
That's what these books that mean literally nothing to a normal human being are.
We're not just following him on the river. He did the same ritual, the journey through the dreamlands. It's how he got rid of their minds. They're trying to find him there too.
I know this is coming across as your guys' decision to, and it is, to let me be a part of this, but if I might ask, I would like to be a part of this.
That's why I'm telling you, you're chasing after Lau's. This is what this is.
It's a whole new avenue didn't even know to take.
Plus, we'll get to see how you handle the weird stuff out there.
It gets very weird.
You ever been to another dimension before? You see almost cracking a little bit of a smile.
Yes.
It's not
I
fun.
have not.
We saw a giant spider.
First time for everything.
Sit down for a minute. I'm going to pull out the staircase and start walking you through how to conduct the ritual.
And Kimmy pulls out a small, a little less than palm size, carved metal and ivory little staircase. It's just a figurine a few inches across, but it is fantastically intricate. Even though it is not particularly large, it has dozens of individual steps carved into it. Filigree designs across them that you feel like you can barely even see the details of with your naked eye. The outside, the back, and the bottom of it, similarly intricate, esoteric designs seeming to overlap and meld into each other. You feel like, with a magnifying glass, you can barely even understand what it's supposed to look like. But she explains a ritual, sigils, candles, and incantations. 5 people passing this staircase around the circle, one to the next, as you focus on the veil between the waking world and that of the dreams.
Are they like falling asleep? kind of like I would ask you like, is this like an incapacitated like you?
I mean,
Where are our bodies?
Right here.
just sleeping in here, but it won't. It's not gonna feel like that to you.
Right. Well, I have something to possibly help with this situation. And I'll pull out my Mirror of Sleeping Vigil, which I believe can keep track of our bodies whenever we are. It like just I think it's a mirror into like our actual bodies.
It is a mirror that if you
details.
look
Somewhere in my
into
book.
while you are
in my notes.
sleeping, whether you are just having a what are those called, the dreams you can control?
Lucid.
Whether you're just having a particularly lucid dream, or whether you were doing something akin to this, you can literally look into this mirror, and the reflection of the area around you is not going to be the area you're in the dream. It will be the area around your sleeping body, allowing you to keep watch, keep an eye out, ensure that if anything were to happen, you could see it.
Okay.
What does it look like right now if you look into it?
Mirror, like
Just a
any
mirror.
Everybody look into it to make sure.
Yeah, just
secret
grabby,
things.
just like let me.
So if we do it in the cabin, basically I'd be able to see what's going on in the cabin while we're in this dream state. Is it like a double mirror situation? I guess I also have it when we go to the dream state, and I'm just
Kind of, yes.
I leave it there like in the middle of all of us.
Basically, and then you see like the reflection of what that mirror would actually be reflecting.
Okay.
So you can only see a fairly small area.
I should put it on the ceiling looking down.
I have the full item description if you want it.
But it does let you basically watch. I think it's literally 5 feet.
Yes.
Around your sleeping body.
Oh, so it'd
So-
be my sleeping body.
Yes, with the ritual circuit, you actually wouldn't be able to see everything.
Okay.
You would be able to see around you and your neighbors. in the
Is there,
circle.
and so with having this, is there any? I could use it for me, but is there any other threats that might come to anybody else that maybe we can put this on to make sure they're okay
Somehow I feel like I like the blissful ignorance.
of not knowing?
Nothing's gonna get you that wouldn't get us. Doesn't matter who has it.
Yeah, plus we also have Reese here to keep watch over us.
We could put you closest to the door, though.
That's fair. Makes sense. Put them near the entrance if something should happen. At the very least, if I know who has it, I could signal you.
What if she had it? Because if
What if
she
you-
had it and something happened on the boat and she's up and running around, we would then be able to look in to see what's
She's got a
happening on
live
the boat.
Specifically, the mirror only works on
Is
the
that-
person who has it invested.
How the?
Oh.
No, that's how the magic would. Is that how it would work?
I don't know. That's trying to break the game.
I don't go to the dream with them. I
Mm.
did once, but it wasn't intentional. So, I've always been here to watch over everyone while they're sleeping, but a way to signal you would certainly be welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep it on me then. Also, if you're gonna
And then,
stab me in the back while I'm
Come
sleeping.
to you first if something happens.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's begin then.
Is there a verbal thing through this mirror, or it's just like a visual? So
It just
she'd be
kinda
like jump in
happens.
the vision.
Yeah, it just sort of, you can see it.
Okay.
With this ritual previously,
We get to pick where we want to put him in the ritual.
we need 5 checks to make this ritual work.
Mm-hmm.
First was an Arcana, which so far had been performed by Trey. The second was a Diplomacy that Reese was stepping in to handle. The third, a Performance that previously was Easy's portion of the ritual. And finally, finally for the assistance, a survival check from Marius. But then to complete the ritual fully, it all really comes down to Cammy's occultism check. So the question is, how do you arrange these now? Do you simply give Reginald the performance check, or do you reshuffle a little?
So, the whole reason I wasn't participating in the checks in the first place, because 4 out of those 5 I'm not trained in.
What's the one you are?
Survival.
I mean, we could shift things around. Of those skills, do you have any?
Only survival.
Yeah, that's
What
why.
kind of limits or options?
Ready to survive.
So then,
These
are you
gents.
capable of doing performance?
I get a plus 14. It's decent. I have other things that are plus 15 and 16 and 17.
That's plenty fine for you to take over that.
Staggering.
I'm rolling.
Staggering
No, I,
numbers.
as the fighter, am rolling
How's
the
your,
Arcana.
how's
That
your
is
small
insane.
brain doing?
You're fine.
What are you rolling the Arcana? What's your roll on the Arcana?
You got your
Also
tiny little
14.
brain.
It's like
Mine's plus
everything is
50 on
double
Arcana.
digits, and
Yeah, but I
then
can't do
those
performance,
three are
that's
either
true.
1 or -1.
I only have so many skill points.
Yeah.
So,
I have
I'm
So I
safe
think
in
we
assuming
just-
I'm staying.
You
It
said
seems
diplomacy
like
was
we're-
one of them. I got a plus 16
No,
on diplomacy.
if you want to swap, I could take over.
No,
For
I'm
the
good.
occultism.
I love it.
It's only like 5 lower than yours.
No, you're not doing it. Oh, I thought you were
Even-
serious. Oh, that's on me.
That's on you.
Duped
Even-
again.
Even with the new ritualist buff, I'm still not helping in this at all.
Not yet.
No.
Oh.
Well, then we'll do much what we've done before. We just swap a single place in the circle as Reginald will take the staircase in place of Easy.
I can
So
start us off.
first, as the candles are arranged, a sigil drawn on the floor between you. You all sit around in a pentagon, and Trey picks up the small staircase, focusing, repeating the incantations as he has so many times before. Esoteric words of magic that mean nothing to you, Reginald, just spellcraft. You watch him turn this little staircase over in his hands, slowly moving his finger down each and every one of the 72 steps carved into it. He has the staircase for some time.
Doesn't the ritual take like
10
10 minutes?
minutes before he passes it over to the next person.
For a 21.
21 is a regular failure. -4.
Okay. Here we go.
And then it is handed across to Reese.
This isn't the
who-
next day, is it?
No,
This is night.
This is that night of that day.
This is that night. Reese takes it, trying to focus. Roll for her. MD.
No.
4 on the die.
Are you so serious?
A regular failure.
Reminds
It was
Minus-
bound to happen.
-8.
8?
We've been skimming by on high rolls and luck.
As the staircase is handed around now to you, Reginald, you've had this explained to you. You know what you have to do. You
Okay,
know
I've
you
seen
have
it
your
happen.
lines, you have your words, you know you have to feel every single one of these stairs. When you get it, you held this a moment ago when Cammy was showing you what to do. It's much heavier than it was when she handed it to you before. It seems somehow bigger. You can feel it almost vibrating. It's difficult to hold on to. Give me a performance check.
Oh, no. That's cocked. That's cocked. It was
Was it
cocked.
cocked?
Yes, it was.
In the interest of fairness, it was cocked.
Thank you.
All right, well,
It
go
was
ahead.
against the
cocked.
corner.
Go ahead and
It
re-roll
was
it.
cocked, and you should re-roll it.
It's not much better. But I could do turn back the clock, which I believe is not a.
It's
I
a-
can do it as a
It's
reaction.
a skill check. You can do it as a reaction.
If you fail.
What's your total? Oh, yeah, this is if you fail. So you will know if you fail first
good.
before you
Okay.
turn back the
He
clock.
It's a 7 plus 14, so I believe that's a 21.
Sure does.
Yep, so just re-roll it with a plus
you,
1.
After 10 minutes, go to hand the staircase off, and suddenly time skips a couple times. You see Cammy struggling to hold this staircase, literal sparks shooting out as it jumps out of her hand and erupts with energy. And then this whisks backwards. And you're suddenly receiving the staircase from Reese again, back at the beginning.
This is quite interesting. I mean, it's okay.
And you get a +1 as well.
So
Turn
that's
back
that,
the
so
better.
we'll say that's 11 plus 14, 25.
clock. 25 will succeed. You hand the staircase to Marius.
Still at a
I grab the
-8.
staircase. It's very heavy, but I can feel the vibes are off. We'll see how this goes.
Vibes are very off.
It's an 11 for a 25.
Succeeds.
Okay.
As the staircase comes to you, Cammy, this is the
only a
wrongest
-8.
it's ever been. Something is truly amiss with this.
I really wanted to see how low we could go.
You have a -8
Oh my
on your
gosh.
primary check from the 2 failures to finish this. But as you hold the stairs, you again feel that burning in one of the many pockets of your little overalls, the same place as it was before. and you reach down and you pull out that strange little ruby. That gemstone they'd given you back in Riverton. And even as you let it go, put it on the floor, it slides a little across the wood, almost like it's magnetically attracted to this staircase at this point. Make me your occultism check.
Okay.
This is not a part of the ritual that she explained to you. You have no idea what's happening. To be fair, neither do they.
Cammy's visibly distracted, sweating, trying to hold on to this thing.
Oh,
No,
boy.
that's not going to happen.
That's a 2 on the die.
No, that's a negative
Although
6 on the die.
Although honestly, maybe I should just leave it since this whole thing's gonna kind of be a wash. I think.
A -8's hard to recover from. I think we just eat it.
I think that maybe it's eat it time. I mean, a -8. No, he's saying he's got a weird face on. I think
eat
that.
I think that's worth keeping.
Oh,
I
let's
mean,
see.
the real question is, do we want like a critical failure or
We've
a
had it
regular
happen
failure?
before. Like, I don't want to see what happens.
No, I would like to thank Hypervol.
Let chaos
Roll
reign.
into accounts.
I would like to thank
20 or that
Hypervol.
one. It's got to be one.
I try. Get back here.
No, it's not. That's bad juju.
Or that.
Solely.
I
is
try and
shaking.
refocus myself.
We haven't seen
Well,
a panic Sully in a
7
while.
It's been a minute since we've had
Focus.
stressed Sully.
Yeah, I try and refocus myself. Trying even to sort of casting an eye towards the rubies, trying to sort out the energy and just trying to settle
There
or
is
bring harmony to.
Clearly a connection here, and this ruby can do something. You try to focus on its energy, you push it over towards the center of the sigil between the 5 of you, where it sits. It's like, again, like it just been pulled onto a magnet. You slide it and it's just right there. Reroll your check.
You got this.
Oh gosh.
That's literally twice as good.
So I'm sure you can guess what I will.
So you
I would
roll-
like to apologize.
Actually, it's -4.
Negative
in
4.
front of God and my family.
You have a minus.
and
You rolled a
friends.
4. You have a -8, so it's a -4
Right, so it's
plus
negative.
your modifier.
Cool. So my modifier was 19 once upon a time.
15.
15 would be my total. For maybe the lowest roll, on the ritual I've done yet.
15.
Is this normal?
Yet.
You
As it's shaking, I'm like,
See.
I should have mentioned things are really bad if we screw it up.
and even as
So
she
this isn't
says
normal?
that, a sense of deja vu for Reginald as you see visible little sparks of red energy jump off of this staircase, and then all of you see a flash. MD, you see Cammy say that and then just kind of close her eyes and like somebody just threw something at her. She's like, eh, and just dropped the staircase to the floor. And that's all that you see. The 5 of you in the ritual, Reese included, see this blast out with bright crimson blinding light. First of all, everybody make me a stress check.
Yeah, let me just flashback.
Yeah.
Oh
Nat 20.
my gosh.
You should have let me do.
I
Hey,
got a
you
nat
should have
one.
let me
You
do
add
the
to
ritual.
stress?
You should have
No.
let me be the lead.
Can I roll? I rolled a 4.
You can hero point it though. You can't.
Can I
do
hero
that.
point
You
and
sure
use another
can.
one? Or you re-roll this?
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Oh my gosh! I'm
That's
about to throw
bad.
this dice out.
What'd you get?
Marius,
The split
7.
difference, I got a 10.
10.
It's not great, but it's fine. I got a nat
Dirk on
20.
that 20.
Not one.
Should I? Can I use another card to re-roll?
Just stop
You
that.
can only
reroll.
reroll
You
once.
You know what?
What do you got?
I roll a 7.
So
See? It's not that bad.
10 and 7.
And nothing happens if you reach the end. Don't worry.
Die?
No,
Nothing
reaching
bad
the end
happens.
is the
Looks
goal.
over it easy.
Nothing
called life.
No, nothing
Like,
happens if you reach
That's
the
not
end.
why
have to
Easy's
take
in
a
a
long
coma.
long
Don't
nap.
worry about it. That's not why Easy's in a coma. I don't know what you're talking about.
How do you get those taken away?
Soothe.
Time, therapy.
Well, yeah, we used to get them taken away. By
Marius
If you die, they all go.
and Reginald, you take 45
Oh no.
force damage.
Ow.
Cammy, you take 90 force
86.
damage.
Hey.
You take 86.
Guess
That
who-
will
Damage.
keep me up.
Guess who has
My-
89
My
max health?
Bolton was 89. Otherwise, I would be gone.
Guess what just saved the party? Another stress check from Cammy going down.
Does Cammy
I
get
don't
launched
go
across
down.
the
I know,
room?
that's what I'm saying. Because if that had taken
Oh,
you
you're
down,
right.
everyone would
have
make a stress check.
Phil
Would have
like,
been second verse if that had. You see her drop the thing and put her hands up like someone just went to like fake hit her, and then you feel a pain.
I feel the scar I made during our ritual like burn, flash across, and I immediately dash over to her.
And you see all of them start reeling. Like
Except Trey.
they are.
It just washes like over me.
flashbang. Like they're blinded, like they're disoriented, like they don't even really know where they are. Trey blinks a couple times and seems to be fine.
Yeah, someone like shined a bright light in my eyes.
Reginald and Marius don't look great.
How you feel?
Cammy looks barely conscious.
Did she get like
Phil.
grab the electricity, tased across the room?
It's just smacked into the wall. I'm imagining you're still like stuck to the wall. Like
Oh my gosh. Are we? Where are we here? Or
You are here.
You
Yeah.
The
feel
staircase
Imagine-
clatters to the ground.
Imagine going to the Dreamlands with 3. You just 3 health.
Phil
What?
MD like you feel MD's hand on your shoulder and immediate level 3 heal on her.
Based off of
As he
us still
pulls-
being here, I'm guessing it failed.
I'll just kind of.
Yeah, it failed.
Fur is
did-
like standing up on end.
I didn't know if this was normal or not.
What happened?
What was that electricity?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Didn't do anything to me.
The guy wearing full plate.
You don't seem okay.
Shut up. I can't hear anything.
What?
Ah!
I'll
What
go and
happened?
I will go and treat you and do some battle medicine on you.
I think we failed.
Can I do that?
I knew the vibes felt off.
So I think
No,
it's
you
a good
you
idea.
could immediately battle medicine.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Reese
yeah,
clearly looks
100%.
like she is also reeling. She is like dazed, and it takes her a second to kind of get to where she is. Oh, it tastes like my teeth are bleeding.
Smile for me. Yeah, they're bleeding.
You have gingivitis.
Oh my god.
I think we should just call it a night. Moon's not right.
Sleep it off.
Yeah,
One of the
moon's
planets-
not right. The waves were off.
One of the planets is in retrograde.
Somehow not the worst it's gone, I suppose.
We'll say that to this one.
At least nothing came out.
No, my veins are on fire from her.
I'll help you a little bit. I didn't roll a 1 on medicine.
Son of a gun.
Well, if I
You're just
so
building
listed
a
the base one.
relationship.
So
So
I,
used
just,
to
I did the
stabbing
one
him.
that has like basically no negative, so
Oh,
you
gosh.
get 2d8.
Oh, that's better than.
Some health.
You know
Hey,
what?
that's gonna
It'll be more than what I
gonna
have.
be exponentially more than the 3
Oh,
you
you're gonna roll
currently
your
have.
Oh no, no, no,
20,
you.
Probably.
I'm just
36,
antsy.
42.
You
Nice.
add 9.
Double digits, baby.
Hey, you quadrupled your health.
As-
Woo! Literally.
And as
And
a-
that level 3 heal also.
yeah, it was 42. Like you
Oh.
feel
42.
MD like pull you back from the ritual circle, and you feel 42. points
Two
of health.
people pounce on you immediately.
Oh my gosh, it's
You're
like whiplash. Where like I feel like I'm about to just die, just go out, just finally end it
So
all,
we're talking.
and then it's like
we
right
both
back
just start
in.
working
I'm like,
on her like a hospital. Like, oh, we need this. I'm doing this. I'm doing medicine.
You
Did
do get
Cammy have the
additional
same
benefits.
vision of
What?
going through
What's
her
the
What?
additional benefit of battle medicine?
Plus your level.
plus my level, his level.
His level. As a forensic investigator,
Oh,
he
so you
gets
plus
his
9
level
more.
to battle medicines.
Fair enough.
And
I went
it's
down
only
to
on cooldown
3.
for an hour.
Yeah, I know the
to
hour.
nearly back to full. I have so few health.
So what did I give? What did I give you for health?
2d8 plus 9.
No, I know, but
So
I
you
rolled
rolled
it already.
9, so
I,
it's
I
actually-
rolled a 9.
I got it.
actually
I got
18.
it.
That. So then add another 9 to that.
Ooh.
That
So a
is the
total of
that is
18.
the added 9. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Back up to 60.
It seems like we will not be visiting the dream tonight.
Write that
Fine.
down.
Vibes are off.
Oh my gosh.
But that does mean that another day passed. We have another day to make progress, to research, to learn, to work on Reese, to, find a solution, hopefully, to this.
Take a me day.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Can we take a... What's the exploration activity for me day?
Sit on the deck, sunbathe for a bit.
You know,
enjoy
actually,
the
I know,
weather.
it's
Just go
fishing.
fishing.
I know.
Fishing. You can go fish with your boy Marius. He has a great
no one
You
ever
know
spends
what?
time with Marius.
Who in here has actually gone fishing and just relaxed one day? Because I know us four, I believe.
I think, yeah. I mean, imagine that most people.
if you grew up in
like fishing
Florida.
ever?
I mentioned this, I
Yeah,
think,
has
last,
never
been
not
fishing.
last week, 2
Like,
weeks
it's
ago. But I
surprisingly
tried to,
relaxing.
but I was
Right,
like little.
right. You were a little tiny child.
Yeah.
You've surely been
So,
fishing.
like,
at least
not-
once.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
You live in Florida
not
long
relaxing.
enough.
I like fish. Yeah, I'm a fox.
if
All
you
kinds of things.
wanted to spend a day just recuperating, no one would blame you.
Here's the thing. I don't speak for everybody here, but as far as Cammy goes, I think after that kind of a devastating failure, it's the first time that we've tried it at all since Easy has left. And me and Reese have made zero progress over the past 2 days because she's also so distracted. I don't think that she's got it in her.
I can't just give up.
There's no harm in taking a break. Focus on research, spend some downtime. We don't have to immediately go back.
We need a break so that we don't break.
But we do. We do have to go back.
3 days, 2 days. Wait till we get to that dock. A couple days to clear our heads.
Well, who knows what horrible things are going to wait for us there? Every other time we've stopped for supplies, or every third time we've stopped for supplies, there's something lying in wait for us. This only so many times it can be a coincidence.
If we keep pushing ourselves, we're gonna lose Cammy too.
Say
She's
that in front of her.
I could
I-
definitely do my best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Look,
I get where you're coming
all right,
from.
tell
Lucy.
me if I'm just losing my mind or paranoid or whatever. Please, I'm begging you to tell me I'm wrong on this. But I don't think this adventure to the Dreamlands is a one-way street. The amount of things that have been happening to us here, the things that we've come across that have showed up, what if it's both ways? What if we're here doing this ritual at night, trying to go find Lowells or this mad poet or whoever at night, and someone on the other side is doing the same thing to come to track us down here?
There's that ship.
Oh no, it's entirely possible
And,
that that's exactly what's happening.
I mean, it's also everywhere we go, this stuff is happening.
But we are
But
this
why?
close.
Something has to be following you. And if it's something in the dream, if it's something that Lowell's found, if it's the damn mad poet, then we could do something about it. But not by taking a break.
What's one day?
I
Did you tell anybody else in the party about like Reese having like seeing everything, like having that night where what exactly happened?
Oh,
where
the
she,
night when it blew up, when
Yeah.
your mind's connected. The first
yes,
time.
I believe we
because
were
I think
all
it was
told about that,
mentioned when we ended up at the Oasis. So yes.
Yeah, you would know about that.
So I can be ready to go again tomorrow night. I just need a little bit of time in the morning, and then I'll be ready to go, because I don't think you're crazy. I
I've
don't.
had this stuck in my head for weeks, and I can't think of any other reason why all this stuff does seem to just happen wherever you go. Like, Thrushmoor, it made sense. I understand where it's coming from. Hell, it was me, half of it. But out here, 3 countries away and 3/4 of the way to Taldor,
The
it's
asylum.
How much you want to bet it's got something to do with the tricorn? That ship that's been following us.
it's possible.
and it just feels like there's some other kind of evil that's following us.
Something is following you. It has to be.
Well,
There's
As-
no. I've thought this over, and I certainly can't think of anything else that makes sense.
there's
The
no-
Aeon.
nothing we can do about it until it catches us.
We can stop it.
How?
I didn't know, but if there's a way, it's not sitting here twiddling our thumbs on a boat.
Would Reginald, whenever he was like tracking the party, ever notice anything like they were also being tracked
Not
by
that
somebody
you
else?
would have seen.
Okay.
Nothing you would have found.
Got it.
Cammy needs to take the day.
All right.
You see, I value your opinion. I'm 100% agreeing with you, but
We can go again tomorrow
No,
night
you're-
if she's up for it.
You're right.
Trey and Cammy both have pushed themselves very far.
I just want to fix Martin.
And I want to fix him too.
We won't be able to fix him
I knew. You're right.
until we get somewhere with
I shouldn't
actual
have pushed you.
doctors.
I shouldn't push like this, and it's not your fault. You're right. I'm not, and my mind is elsewhere. So, I'll try to just think about something else the other day.
Well, if it
Oh.
helps, if we do take a good rest tomorrow, when we do the ritual again and we don't do anything else, I should be able to help her succeed
Do whatever you can.
with these
We-
new things.
We need
Are
to
we-
get these last 3 things on this list.
Is this still that night, or is it
This
the
is
next
the
one?
following.
One?
Well, I mean, I guess if you're talking, this is still night then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
guys
could just
haven't
be
gone to
after the
sleep yet.
failed
Oh.
ritual while we're
Then
healing.
Reese, tomorrow you and I are together. We haven't spent any time together this entire trip, so
All right. Just like old times, eh?
not that I can remember them.
Well, we definitely need to get some sleep. All right. When you take a rest, and you sleep, and you wake up a day later, and what do? Do you just rest?
I will train.
Spending the day with Reese.
You spend the day with Reese. You train.
I don't think Cammy wakes up for a while.
Big nap.
Big hour.
The whole
We know what you're doing.
I mean, Cammy is a naturally paranoid person, and there are actual real things to be paranoid about. I mean, Reese just listed off like 5.
And now it's oh no.
Like, the overwhelming nature of the whole situation is just kind of starting to weigh on her.
As has been suggested, I think I'd probably be fishing for a bit. But if we've got the whole day, then could I use like the second half of the day to just continue some research?
Yeah, you research as your day activity. You can intersperse that with some fishing. for
I
sure.
join you on fishing.
I
as
pull
well.
a book out
At
onto
one
the
point,
deck,
you see me come out with my coat on my arm, like, do you?
So do you
That's
want to
your pull.
participate in any of this research? Do you want to kind of be his wingman today and be a part of this? Because all you
Research.
have to do is use your brain. They have a stack
Love
of
using my
books.
brain.
You would see them working through every day that came out of a great trunk of strange treatises, esoteric tomes, some would say insane repositories of knowledge that were
Find
once
this
a
weird
collection
foot.
of Count Hasserton Lowell's IV.
Well, that's information that would be quite pertinent for me to look through, if you don't mind.
So you can, at the moment, they're trying to research a strange list of items that they can find in the Dreamlands. They have a little bit of information on a red webbed foot and a decent amount of information on a captain's tricorn. They can direct you at a stack of books relevant to either and just kind of let you loose if you want. Or you could help Marius. So you could both work together on one of these to try to make as much progress as you
Which
can.
one are you working on?
I was working on the tricorn.
That does pique my interest for whatever reason. The name seems nice. Do you mind if I help you?
Go right ahead. Two brains are better than one.
The least paranoid person. in the
I'm
party.
So we'll start here. Who wants
Should be
to,
at least worth
His
a brain and a
mental
half,
health is
actually. So
awesome.
we're about 2.5 brains.
who wants to aid who?
I've
So
got-
what you'd be rolling for the captain's tricorn is either acrobatics, crafting, or thievery. It's not the brainiest line of investigation, the captain's tricorn.
Oh, he's good at that.
Crafting and thievery. Yeah, I mean crafting.
Okay, fair enough. That's an ed skill. Who wants to take the lead? Would it be Marius, just because you have...
yeah,
any concept
it
of
would
what's
make
going on
sense,
here?
especially since I've already been.
Then you
looking
go
at
ahead
this.
and roll first. For assisting somebody is a flat DC 20, which should be relatively easy for you.
Oh. It's just really not our game.
I'm
But I'm in the
firing
research
this
system,
today.
it
Like,
says
it's a
I-
bad
I-
rolling.
What's your
Um,
total?
my
Oh, no,
total
it's
is
regular 8, so it would actually be 15 now because in the second edition, or the remaster rather, they lowered it to 15.
so it's only 15.
Yeah, DC 15 for rating.
So I rolled a 2, which brings me with crafting. It gives me a 17.
There it
There you
is.
go.
Just
All
don't
right.
roll 1.
So +1 then added to Mari's. Yeah, they made dating a lot easier in the remaster because that kind of makes sense, honestly. The points that be skilled you're not good at.
It's not really gonna help. I got a 4 for a total of 21 plus 1, 22.
Well,
I caught more
you had a
fish.
nice day reading some books. Got some fish.
You know, we had
Yeah.
to cash in all of our failures
in one
at
episode.
some
This is
point.
just the
Wait,
oops,
what was
all
the
ones
DC?
episode.
What was the DC to pass, or like
I
what
don't
was?
know.
A lot higher.
We don't know.
We know, I
Higher
think
than
we
that.
could
Don't
safely
know.
tell you it was a lot higher than
Probably.
that.
We don't know if
32.
it's a lot higher.
What was your total?
22.
I do. I know it was a lot higher, I think.
Yeah.
It's a critical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pain.
Suffering.
No,
You
it
lost the line of
was,
thought.
wasn't it?
Not quite.
Should I have used the
You're
reroll?
lucky.
No,
Very
No,
good.
you're fine.
So,
Okay.
MD,
I mean, I'm the one who should have. But
MD,
I
you-
don't know.
want to spend some time with Reese. That's true. You haven't really talked much on this voyage. It's been more than a month on the Sullen Starling, and you've barely interacted save for the rituals that you conduct sometimes at night.
Good morning, good night.
You tag team. What do you want to do?
Honestly, I just want to talk to Reese. She's been training, she's been working on this psychic power, and I feel like her and I are a lot alike. We're violent people. Like that's what we
Enjoy
are.
the occasional murder.
So part of it is if we can find enough, there's a small enough space in the cabin. I know the cabin's cramped, but spar, just fight,
Just
like
do
old
slap
time,
fights.
like old time's
Fair enough.
sake. To clear the
How
minds.
MD relaxes.
Yeah.
Pull out a knife and just go nuts on each other
Yeah.
like this.
It's you're not thinking of anything else other than that.
So you're not even looking to try to train her with magic or anything. You're literally just looking for a downtime day, and this is
Yeah.
how you relax.
I mean, it's part of that, but like, that's not the focus. I want to help her, but I can't. She's the best one at magic here.
Do you want to, like, are you going to focus on enough to try a check, or
Yeah,
do you just kind of?
I can tell her how I do my magic.
It's a very different insight into how magic works. She worked briefly with Martin before he, fell asleep forever. And
It's like when the coach also teaches another class.
yeah,
in
well,
high school.
you're in like Algebra 1 taught
Yeah.
by like Coach Jenkins because he's legally required to teach a class to be a high school football coach. Yeah. It's like, give me an occultism check. MD.
Religion.
Your magic is religion?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so is hers. Reese's is occultism. You need to help her understand her powers. And you can put that, because she's also religion. She's a divine caster. But you're not rolling for your own tradition. You're rolling for Reese's.
Okay. I'm not gonna help at all. I rolled 19 on the die. Got a
Well, this is like a 20, right?
19 total.
It doesn't make things worse.
It doesn't.
Now, if it was religion, it would
I
have been
thought you
a,
had something.
it would have been a 35. Because I'm a master in religion.
Yeah, unfortunately, she isn't. You
'Cause you gave
try,
us-
but like you kind of your
gave us
magic
the-
is.
Give us the
You never
option.
tried to explain your magic to someone before, especially in the context of somebody else's magic. Man, you don't know how this works.
You
Like,
gave us the option of all 4 when we first started this.
Did I?
Yes.
was I supposed to be? I mean, we kind of just like I've been flying by the seat of my pants. on
Yeah,
this,
I
to
know
be
you
honest.
have.
Like I made this up on the spot. Cammy,
Next up, I'm gonna try. to
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm journaling.
when we started Strange Aeons,
Whoa, this
I
is a big
introduced-
conversation.
a system called the stress system.
It's looking dangerous.
I did not tell you how it worked. That's the point. It represents your mental state, how far you've pushed yourself, how close you really are to breaking. And in the year and a half we've been streaming Strange Aeons, you have been fighting against this desperately because you're playing in a game where you don't know the rules. And this is the first time someone has just taken a day to rest.
So it's either drugs or you just.
That's
you've
right. I tried to get drugs on the ship in order to
You've
save
tried magic.
Oh, you didn't even know that yet.
You do drugs?
I did.
She's very impressionable.
How preposterous.
She's 2 months. She's what? 2 months sober.
We knew of 2 ways you could remedy that.
Magical therapy and drugs are
And
the two we found so
medicinal
far.
rehabilitation.
Wait, that actually took away stress points when you took
Well,
with the
sometimes
drugs?
I got to roll. And then I got addicted, but
yeah.
somebody wheeled me
Not
out of it.
That's once. I have been waiting for like 16 months for someone to just take a day off.
How many days do I
Americans will
need?
try
to get back?
anything. Americans will try anything for mental health except take a day off.
Dang.
Hey,
Oh.
to be fair,
This is
I
the
want
primary way you combat stress, is by resting.
I thought we'd done
We
that.
haven't had time.
The
You
answer
haven't.
is so simple sometimes.
And now we have all the time in the world.
You've been trying to teach Reese to be a wizard to fix it.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
fix
wait,
it, Martin.
instead of taking a break,
All
we made
you
up more
had
work.
to do. You literally invented more work to try to fix the problem,
Which created more stress, probably.
Yeah.
which
Because
literally
I
has
asked if I could teach Reese.
all since day one. There is one exception to this that I thought about doing, but I really wanted you to like actually intentionally do it, which is technically at the end of book 2. There was like a week between book 2 and 3 where you
We
guys
were
just
busy
kinda hanging out in
organizing
Thrushmoor.
things.
But like I wanted it to be, I was like, man, it's been 2 entire books. Should I just give it to them? That when they just unwind, they get stress back. But no! This had like 3 rules at the beginning, which is stress check. You know what happens at 10, and a day off is how you recuperate.
That means for the rest of this boat ride, Cammy does nothing during her days.
Or we all.
And we never
You're
got
making
the
me like,
third
man,
point
that
of
ruled.
the 3 main points of the stress
I
system.
feel better. Not a lot, but I feel better.
But to be fair,
Wait, did we all lose one?
No.
no, Cammy is the only one that took a whole day off. You two spent the whole day researching.
Got
you, if you had just been sparring, I was gonna give it to you too. But I was like, I gotta ask him if he's hanging out with Reese. I gotta ask him if he's looking for a role. But
I like rolling dice. I roll
rolling dice is
19.
fun. He's been retraining. He's been training with himself. This is
Was really the whole time? Are you dead serious?
Yeah.
they were like the 3 primary rules of the stress system: how you get it, what it does, and how you get rid of it.
I've looked for
And we
so
went-
many solutions.
We went for like 16
No
months
mental health days.
before someone hit on how you reduce it. The soothe thing was supposed to be like an accessory. Like there were going to be somewhat rare ways for you to mitigate it in the field if you really need to. But like, oh god,
You did it.
you solved.
I solved the
You
stress
solved the
puzzle.
puzzle. Yes! She did it.
Oh, so we won Strange Aeons?
You have
finally?
no idea how big of a deal this is, by the way.
Oh my god.
She's
I
not
can
at,
read the room.
She's not at 6. She's at 6 or 7. She has 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also really high, real
You're
fast.
only at on.
You're at
only
6.
at
She's at 17.
I'm at
She's on lap
24.
2. He's at 24.
Oh, it goes in multiple laps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got pushed over by a woe.
We're still
in
on one.
book 1.
Unbreakable.
So I
You're
have
on
Easy.
I'm
He's
at
the
24.
farthest
Easy
along right
hit,
now.
But
30,
one of mine
and
was
is now in a coma.
Got it.
One of mine was a boon instead of a madness. And I'm going off the assumption the boon doesn't count towards the total.
It's a system to which only I have all of the rules, as
So,
is probably
I'm
apparent by
gonna
the fact
figure
that
it
they
out
just
when I
figured out
break.
how to make stress go down.
New
Oh my
metagame
gosh.
investigation now for me.
I will say, it will not always be free or guaranteed, but days off.
I mean, it's free.
Kevin just showed up in chat.
Yeah.
Days off!
No days off.
What opportunities have you had? You
This.
woke up in an asylum fighting for your life, stuck into Thrushmoor trying to uncover the cult you used to run,
Fighting for our
while
lives.
assassins tried to murder you.
Her.
Her, specifically, she's assassins. And
Oh
only
my
now,
gosh.
on this boat, would you have really had
30 days into.
30
36.
36 days into it. Has one person decided, you know what? Today, it's a me day.
Hey, my goal the entire time has been to break.
I'm
going out of my way to
I
break.
truly wondered if we would play the whole campaign
Oh my god.
Imagine.
without ever figuring out that a day off is how you
We had a character get eliminated by the system before we figured out that you
Imagine
could
beating
get
the
tail.
final
Those are
boss.
connected.
Imagine beating the final boss and like in the post show after he just drops out on us. Are you serious?
Oh my
But the end of the day, it sounds
Oh
like
my
today you
gosh.
don't want to do the ritual,
Nope.
which means you have one more day on the water before you arrive at this dock in Galt. And Cammy, finding the therapeutic value of a day to center herself, may well be gushing about the value of me time. And I would just say all of you would be aware that, you know, if you want to recover stress as your downtime activity,
Oh my gosh.
I
it's a
know.
whole
No, double down,
activity.
double the effort today.
Yep, got it. I have to do 2 downtime
you
activities
can do
today,
that.
and neither of them is take a break.
I like
want
fishing.
to purposely gain stress to train twice.
You have access to the recover stress downtime activity.
Yay!
And you can just do that.
You can just do it. Takes
Every
a day.
time you just get
That's
one.
what you're doing.
No
that
days
day.
off.
No
You
days
just
off.
All the days off.
You
recover
have
stress.
unlimited PTO
I
systems
think I need
in
to
this
like
team.
take a walk.
Oh, you're on boat, so.
I
This-
tried to
I
get the
was-
captain of
You want- wait, you
I
wanna take a long walk?
exposed
You wanna take a
my
long walk off
history of
short
using
plank?
drugs to the captain to try and get her to bring them on board before. That's so
Spa
cool.
day.
It's fall day.
It's Americans will try anything for mental health
It's a
except
regular
taking a day off. It's like
Never took
that's our ship. That's our captain, by the way.
Okay.
It's a
Our ship
halfling.
captain Skywin. She's a little halfling. She seems
my
to hate
gosh.
everything and everyone, and also being alive.
I love her.
Well, she's a halfling with a living gun.
She's like the second halfling I like, so.
She's hot. Sorry,
Okay.
she's hot.
Sorry, let me make it canon real quick.
What are y'all doing today?
You ever see
Train.
someone so
I
attractive you
think
lose
I
your
would like
accent?
to recover
Training.
stress.
Recovering stress.
Oh, me? I mean, go back to fishing. I actually like that.
Recovering stress.
Yeah.
Recovering stress.
Sure, why not? Let's recover
Recovering
some
stress.
Reading.
I don't know what kind of friendship we're
Research.
trying
Don't-
to
Let's
build.
go!
Quit on the tricorn.
With Marius, I'm trying to build a little bit of friendship and things like
Yeah,
that.
we'll find some kind of bonding over
Yeah.
Fishing homies. Give me your research check then, MD, for the captain's tricorn.
No tricorns. I roll 19 on the die, plus 19, 38.
Oh, he knows tricorns.
He knows tricorns.
Success.
A little bit of Cammy's
Give me a DA,
stress,
buddy.
like
Yeah.
reduction helps him.
I didn't
really-
get plus one in
yeah.
my acrobatics.
You are guaranteed to reach a threshold and learn something new about what you're after. If you roll a 6, 7, or 8, you cross 2 thresholds.
Oh, come on now.
1.
That's
Okay,
enough.
and that's
That's
about,
a threshold.
that's about where we're at today. You know what I mean?
The dice have been something today. So, the good news is you were one off of a threshold last time. So, you learn the owner of this hat. You find a name. This tricorn belongs to no human pirate. That, not a terrible surprise given the nature of many of the things on this list.
It's a Zoog.
But to something very different. It is a creature of the Dreamlands that some treatises depict him as a denizen of Lang, some almost as just a person, some as a vengeful spirit. What exactly he is unsure, but you're confident that Captain Vadrak is certainly something more than human. Vadrak sails a slave ship through the rivers of the Dreamlands, though that's a title it's referred to, not necessarily an accurate one, as nobody that Vadrak has taken as cargo is ever seen again. There are no records of him ever making a sale, just purchases.
Neat. It's his ship following us.
I do feel as though I should probably retcon a little bit of my character. My character would probably want to jump back on that investigation for the Captain Tricorn.
He's frothing.
MD just walks over, grabs
try
the
to
book.
take the
you're
day
like,
off,
oh, yeah,
but you
here it
hear
is.
something really good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah,
Literally, you're like, oh man, I gotta get me in there.
Every boat you see passing, you're like, hat. Captain's hat.
Wait, do you tell us all of that stuff?
You'd learn at the end of the day.
End of the day.
This would come out at the end of the day. So you wouldn't learn while you were enjoying
doesn't
your
keep
afternoon
secrets.
fishing. My resting fellows, roll me a stress check.
Wait, am I resting or am I retconning
That's
the fact?
entirely up to you.
Can I do the Captain Tricorn?
I mean, we already
The
succeeded.
tricorn's
You
done.
Oh,
could
okay.
possibly
The
push him higher. You could try on the foot if you wanted to.
I'll jump
that
on
foot.
Well, then let's get our resters things. I already got that, and we'll get you foot.
I
Okay.
rested so good with a 16.
That's pretty good. That's some good rest.
10.
Wrong way.
Oh, well,
Wait, no.
No, that was the
right,
right
right,
way.
Wait, no.
Wait.
Hey,
Why are you trying to make me
All right,
stress?
That's not okay.
Right?
Give him a 1.
10. Please.
You gain a stress.
No, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be nice.
You spend
or
all
fair.
day worrying
You rest so
about taxes.
badly, you get stressed again.
It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress that's certainly going to be slow to recover.
But it was free.
Okay.
Costume moving.
That didn't hurt, and that
It
is.
costs
And you want to go for
Huge.
the foot.
Yeah.
Nature, religion, or survival, good sir.
Nature. Let's see.
Researching feet.
Religion.
Researching.
It's not bad. Or you said survival.
Yes.
How much do you know?
How did you
about
call out that they're all 12?
Oh.
just
Yeah,
how it
just roll
works.
a
That's
twenty.
Roll it up, fellow. Let's go.
That's my same situation on that research check, except I've got all 14
Weird.
on them.
Power of 12.
Way up.
Because they're all.
Son of a.
Can you go negative?
You have some progress on the foot.
They're all
It's
wisdom checks.
19.
Go
Oh.
ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, that's not
High,
good.
high voice.
Man's got a thread. Man's
you go
man's found
negative?
some progress.
That
Oh.
is a 4. Can I make this like my lead thing? Like I could,
Wait,
I could,
I-
change. I
I
could
don't
change a
think this
lead.
is-
He failed.
What?
I
He
rolled-
failed,
A skill check.
so he can re-roll it.
You could, if you want to use your. I think he wants to keep that for the dream. Was what I was picking.
I don't
up.
think we were going yet.
Tonight. I thought you were going tonight.
No.
This is 2 days.
We're ready to go.
No, it's after we
Alright.
get to the pier, the dock, the city thing.
I don't know.
I thought I was rolling for
don't
the
think
foot.
so.
I
You're
thought-
rolling for the
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were.
But
waiting
that
till we got there.
night, this was the
I
night
thought
you
we were
guys said
saying-
you were going to try and go back. You took
Yeah.
2 days. You would be at the dock for Galt tomorrow. This would be your last night to get out there before whatever may happen there. Let us conduct a ritual that goes better than our previous one. We're learning perhaps the ruby has some kind of connection. Do you do anything with that?
I'm gonna put it in the center this time.
It's included now. It gets to
Yeah.
be a part of this. And the stairs. Starting first with Trey.
If that's where it wants to be, it may sit.
27.
Success.
There we go.
No
Come on.
harm.
I guess
Foul.
before we really get into it, just narratively speaking, like, what's going on with that ruby,
I
Cammy?
don't.
You're just, you pulled it out a couple times now.
I don't know. I don't know. It's every single time that we've been trying to do it, ever since I got it, it's like it gets really hot. And I think there's an energy between the two. And I think it wants to be in the center. In its own kind of way.
Okay.
I'm just trying something.
If you think it's helping and not making anything worse, then okay.
Reese
I think
takes the
so.
stairs.
17. Okay, 17 on the die. Whatever her. I think you said plus 15 or plus 12.
Succeeds.
Yeah.
Succeeding is just nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Reginald,
What's the plus to this?
performance check.
Although
sir.
the plus is whatever skill you're using, in your case, performance.
Is it performance? Okay.
It's a performance check for you.
I want to make sure that I do touch her to give her the advantage.
Absolutely.
The extra roll.
Right before
Beforehand.
the staircase gets around to her, you can kind of focus, touch her, and think real hard about how that's going to work.
Make sure that she has. She
you
can
just do
re-roll if she
something?
needs to. That is. You said performance.
Yep.
That's a 20. No, sorry, 22. Stupid math.
That will fail.
-4.
-4.
It's not the end of the world.
Marius.
But you'll get 2 rows.
Yeah, that's true.
Thinking deeply about how it went the other night. I want to do better. That's an 11 for a 28.
Comes around to Cammy with a little more than a -4. A little bit of a problem. And as you sort of turn the stairs over, you watch her almost like your eyes are unfocusing. You see like the two, your eyes, when you like stop paying attention to something, it's like the two echoes of someone almost. It's two splits, their own thing. You see two timelines. Cammy's motion's almost identical in both of them, as you kind of find it hard to focus on either one. You are using your
Guide the timeline.
guide the timeline,
Yes.
which means you are going to roll twice
Okay.
and take the better outcome on this final check.
Okay. So would be a plus 19, but with the -4, it'll be a plus 15.
My bad.
So that's okay.
Also, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Let's speed this up, but also I'm helping.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
No, that's amazing.
wow.
You did the exact same roll, but this time in one go. That's a 2 and a 4. I'm impressed. Yeah. No.
Let's give it a second.
All right. So
Let's let it cook.
that's a 19.
Let's ruminate.
Is this normal?
Can you like throw
Total.
yourself in front of her like
I will be selecting the 4.
Are you ready for your bones?
Huh?
Are you ready for your bones
What?
bone hurting?
to disappear?
Oh, why are you antagonizing me?
Because I think this is very funny.
You have a hero point, really?
No, you got a 19. I did the math.
but how is-
I know your rolls.
How is this same?
I've been sitting here for a year and a half.
Let me
Going to
participate.
throw
Let me
you
give her a
out.
hero point.
Okay. Hey! Never mind.
We sandbagged.
Oh, he got her!
That's
Oh,
okay.
he so got her! Good job.
Oh, it's fine.
All right, so
No, pardon me. I had faith
Oh,
in humanity
no.
for a moment.
She got
Oh,
so
Ghost of
excited.
Azan, he's so... Hero point for Cammy.
Here,
Lol
thanks.
JK.
Yay.
With a villain.
Cool. You want to make me re-roll that or something?
So, oh, my finest moment, he says in the chat.
Oh.
Okay, so wait, hold on. How is it the same outcome?
it was a 2 and a 4.
Right.
It's
you said
a two and a
slightly
last
better
time.
because it was
No, it's 4 higher. It's the same roll.
Before, I had a 15.
It was a -8 last
Now
time.
I
I
have a
for
19.
15. Now it's a 19.
Oh, I thought the end result was a 19 last time, too.
No, it was a 15.
No.
It's just a 19 this time.
I got
which-
that ruby in the center, though.
Your bones don't
Does
explode
that do
this time.
something?
you're gonna die. It's okay.
Are we about to meet some taser otters?
Everybody wanted to just give... well, what matters is that we tried.
Exactly.
Let's remember there's a ruby in the center now. There's a ruby.
Let's go!
What also matters is I need a stress check from everyone, as again,
Except for him.
this, except for MD, this crackles
dissipating.
and flashes with red energy,
This dice is not rolling well with me.
blasting.
You want to roll the malachite?
No. Stop talking to me.
I was talking to him.
Oh, okay. I thought you were freaking
How
me out.
conceited of you to think I was talking to you.
Nice roll.
Marius,
13.
All that stress we got back.
Trey,
8.
Well, it's a
Cammy.
16.
Do you add a
You're
plus to
fine,
any of
actually.
this?
Thank
Nope, flat check.
13.
It's,
That'll.
are we gonna
oh.
lose? Are we gonna break him like in 3
He's
sessions?
speed running.
We've gone a year and a half without breaking once, and this guy's gonna get it in 3.
One more day.
Speed is-
One
You said I
more
got it.
day.
It's up to 30, so I'm only at.
fox speed.
Well, you break every 10.
Every 10 is bad.
Oh no! Wait, what? Hold on! I should have took a rest day.
I'm sitting at what, 27?
I don't think the feedback damage is going to be enough to be relevant for anyone with no one taking the doubled. But I'm going to roll it anyway.
Can you
On
roll
the
a 90?
off chance. No.
Then it won't
I
matter.
succeeded.
No, I'm saying on a success, can he roll a 90? And since the
It's
infinite
Oh, wait,
one-
we're back up to
46.
I mean, that's
But
a.
everyone will be back next. So you've had like literally days. You would just. I assume you're healing
Maybe
up
we
with
should
your
have just
free
took
time.
another rest day.
That's what I said.
Feedback damage is not in fact enough to like take anyone down, but is enough. Again, MD, you see a similar thing happen. You all feel a similar effect, and suddenly this ritual doesn't seem like it's working so great anymore.
You sure that stone's helping us?
I don't know.
Maybe we need to
Can I pick up the stone? Does it feel
positions.
anything? Is it doing anything?
After the blast of energy and the discharge, the stone just feels like a stone. It's cool to the touch, as if nothing had ever been wrong. It didn't move an inch during the ritual. It just sat there.
Reese,
Seems a ruby, like any other.
Reese, do you think you can take Easy's spot?
Reese is just...
Would you humor me and swap with
I
me for the
know.
next time?
It sucks.
I thought she was the only one that could do it. Like the
No,
ritual.
I can do it too.
What does it take to be able to do it?
Occultism,
One
knowledge of
second.
the esoteric.
One second.
I'm
What's
actually
your
really great with that
proficiency
too.
in occultism?
I'm only trained.
You don't feel like you understand it enough to lead it.
I'm an expert. at that.
You do.
I think Cammy leading it is right.
This,
I haven't had a problem with it until you stepped in for Easy's part.
And we started throwing the rock in there.
I'm certainly more inclined to blame this on the stone than anything else.
It seems like a piece of crap.
Nothing this is
But the first
nothing
time,
like this has happened before, not twice in a row.
But the first time with the stone, it went better than ever.
Can I take a look at this stone to see if this?
You're not wrong,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Go for it.
We woke up in the dream
So
You
world.
pick it up and make me a crafting check as you look it over.
Please roll. You don't do this to me this often.
You can take the devil's deal anytime you
Mother.
like. That's a failed. No, that's a failed skill check, and you haven't used it yet.
That's true, it is night. You're not doing much else tonight. You might as well.
You want to take the
Oh,
devil's
well,
deal?
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
do my
Leave him
reroll
alone.
for myself, right?
Yeah, your reaction. Yeah, you might as well.
Rolling this one.
Red.
Woo! Wait, hold
Wait,
on.
now he can use a hero point.
Now he
Now
use
can
a
I
hero
use
point.
this hero point?
Legally no, but it's funny, so yes.
Well, it's different kinds of rerolls.
going-
I've
going,
never run
you
hero
saw-
points as having the
you
fortune
saw
trait.
what
They're like an
happened.
out-of-game mechanic.
Come
They're
on
a
now.
separate thing, as
Come
far
on.
as I'm concerned. Go
They are
for
the
it.
points because we are the heroes.
There you go, double digits.
What am I adding to this?
Crafting.
So that
You're
is
good
a
at that, right?
26.
There it is. One of the highest rolls all day.
Today is cursed. What you determine is that today is cursed. Well, at 26, you look over this almost palm-sized, raw red gemstone, and you can tell by the way it refracts, the way light cuts through it. The shape of the thing, a bit where it's been chipped in specific ways. This is a ruby, almost certainly. It is an actual ruby gemstone. And there is really nothing spectacular about it. It's not particularly pure or clean. It's uncut.
Magical in any way or anything?
It doesn't appear to have any kind of magic to it. This is just it's very large, but it's just a raw ruby.
Would it come from, like, where did it come from?
The ground, ostensibly.
What? Yeah, but like, is
No,
it like
we-
a different like realm? Like maybe it's like a, I don't know.
If it did, that wouldn't be something you'd be able to tell by just looking at it.
And we could tell you that we got it from a crazy man in the last port.
What did he say?
He got it from another man who was looking for us.
What does that have to do with the ritual in the staircase?
The boat that's been following us is the one who paid him in the ruby.
And we can assume the boat's from the Dreamlands. I mean,
And otherwise, the only real connection we had is that it was burning in Cammy's pocket.
and the
So ruby was just used as currency.
Yes.
yes, but also the first time we did the ritual, and Cammy pulled out the ruby. The ritual went better than ever.
Could have just been happenstance.
Could have been a fluke.
Could have been. It could also be we've changed participant. Ritual magic is very delicate.
We could have spent the sources and whatever magic was in the ruby.
Well, if the
Who knows?
ruby,
It's ritual magic is very delicate in the members that are performing it.
Can we
have
talk about this later?
Someone, you
I
can go
just
to bed, Reese.
want to
We have
sleep.
someone new who isn't meshed with the rest of the group. We don't know you. We're not connected to you in any way.
Right.
That could be throwing everyone else off.
so it's like we need to bring him into the dream so we can get to know him, but we can't go into the dream because
We
we don't
just
get to
need-
know him.
To switch, we were expecting Easy in that position, and Easy's not there.
What if we had a team building exercise day?
I'm
It's
going to
not.
bed.
It's not Reginald.
I don't think it is. It's us. It's all of us, not him. It's what we expect out of him.
It's not him, it's us.
I've been screwing up.
You,
I just
faced with another failure. The good news is that tomorrow the ship will reach a dock. You'll have a day to not have to worry about the dangers of the River Kingdom or the insanity of the port at Zer. You will have a normal place, a town, where Skywin will buy supplies, and if you wish, you can go ashore, find a good tavern, go for a walk,
You know what sounds great for a day off?
get off the
Shopping.
deck for a little bit,
The beach episode.
have a beach episode.
No, I'll be training. I got one
That's
more
your
day.
beach episode.
At the beach?
A
At the
We'll
montage
have-
of training on the beach.
Exactly.
We'll have to figure out what's going wrong with this ritual, why we can't connect to the Dreamlands anymore, what has changed
Dreamland's gone.
if we're to continue our pursuit of Count Lavels. But that is something we'll have to resolve next time. That's going to be it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. The Dreamlands eludes us this afternoon, as does any roll above Leica 7. Sometimes
I rolled in that 20.
the dice just get very upsetty.
Again. Yeah.
Where is this? Well, we're playing Pathfinder.
What do you mean? I rolled 2 this session.
I rolled a 1. I'm not
I got
even
a 1
kidding.
too.
I just rolled a 1.
Winning.
See, this is the Malachite Devil's deal that I talk about.
What's happening?
I rolled a 20.
What is happening?
Rolled
We're done.
5.
I also
Goodbye,
rolled-
everybody. We'll see you all next week. I don't know what's going on. The RNG machine broke. Stay safe.
No, it's
Stay
good. It's
sane.
the way it should be.